Alright.
Alright. You know, King Kong
that guy
ain't
from
got
Quantum Break.
nothing on me. Oh snap! Oh, here we go. The levels is good. The levels is good. And let me raise this up. There we go. Get that resistance poster. Gotta make sure everybody, see that nice. There we go. Oh, we could cover the Vita because no one gives a shit about the Vita. But the resistance. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Oh, man, it's looking weird. It feels like I'm like leaning back. Hey, what's going on? What's up, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? Is your only friend in these YouTube streets, Puertorock77. And yes, I know 60 frames no lag has been coming on, coming off, coming on, coming off. It seems like every other week the podcast is being canceled. But hey, I have an excuse, Government calls, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about it. When the Marine Corps says, nah, you're not doing that today. You got to do this. I'm like, all right, got to pay the bills and stuff like that. But I'm glad I'm able to rock out with y'all. I'm excited. Got some great topics today. We got the crew, of course. We got, the antagonizer in chief. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you've been slacking, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are literally part of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. You like these Republicans that want to be a senator, but then you don't show up to vote on bills. You're never like, what the fuck? You do all this work, and then when you finally win, you don't show up. Like, yo, where's this voter at? We need to vote on this bill.
Oh man,
he in Mexico.
What you trying to say, Puertorock? I'm sandbagging to keep the console war going.
I think so, man. I don't think you're committed to putting this shit away. I'm like, yo, what Jay does that, bro? We need that attacking the chief, and everybody's like, he's not here. I'm like, fuck, we need a unanimous vote. Well, he ain't here. I'm like, well, we'll table this bullshit. We'll table this bullshit until next week. I'm like, bro, he's literally part of the Joint Chief of Staff. How the fuck we fight a war and one of our generals is chilling in Mexico? The fuck is that here? Like, god damn. Like, hey, what's up, man? Jada, what's going on, my brother? How's everything?
What's good, man? Everything good, man. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Right.
Some great juicy news just dropped. Some pro Sony news and some bad Xbox news. So I'm
that sounds like another Tuesday. In the life of gaming. That just sounds like another Tuesday. Another Tuesday, man. What you been up to, man? What games you been playing?
Oh man, I did play the Final Fantasy 16 demo for the third time. So I'll be staying up to midnight tomorrow to play the game when it comes out. I just beat Red Matter 2 for the PSVR. Beautiful game, great freaking game. Can't recommend it enough. I also got my Asus ROG Ally handheld. And
so now you'll be able to play Starfield 60 frames.
Facts.
Too soon, guys.
Too soon. Oh man.
All right, cool, man. It's good to see you right here. We're gonna have a good time. All right, they're taking it to the top. We got Call Me Jay. What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm excited to be here, bro. It's been a while. It feels like forever, man. It feels like forever.
It does, man. Aren't you glad you ain't got to deal with this 60 FPS, 30 FPS bullshit because you play on PC?
Yep, I don't gotta deal with that shit. Hey, it doesn't run at 60 on ultra, I'll drop it down to high. It doesn't run at 60 at high, I'll drop it down to medium. I'm good.
You will play at 60. that is not optional.
Yeah.
Well, technically, all he needed was a PS5 for that. But I'm gonna let him rock. I'm gonna let him rock.
We're talking about Starfield. Starfield's not on PS5. You know what I'm saying? You caught some bad intel.
Thank God.
Starfield's exclusive, brother. They set you up. They set you up, J-Dub. They set you up on that. Whoever gave intel, we gotta find them and waterboard them. That's some bad intel. You know what I'm saying? You can't be pushing a bad intel to the Joint Chiefs. That's just not how it works.
But you know what? I think that was a W though, Puertorock. You know why? We don't need no stinking 30 frames a second games on our platform. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely don't need Redfall. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
One game we were good. We're like, yeah, we're good. All right. So anyway, hey Jay, what you been playing, man?
I went back and I'm replaying through Asgard's Draft, the first one, in anticipation of the second one. Battlefield, there's this new game. Well, it's not a new game, but it's a game I discovered recently called 7. It's a stealth game. My stealth games. I played the demo for License P. I think it's pretty good. And that's pretty much it. X Define. I'm just waiting for new games to come out.
You still playing Asgard Giraffe?
The first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm replaying it again just to
that game must be crazy.
It's really fucking good, bro. It's really good.
This guy, all right, no doubt.
VR.
In VR, okay.
It's a VR game, yeah.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, brother. Right, and glad you're here, man.
Wait, hold on. Before you move on, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know how the fuck to say that name. He's saying that I'm a PC peasant who fakes being a PlayStation. Listen, bro. PlayStation sucks, Xbox sucks, Nintendo sucks. It's all about PC, all right? I'm here to talk my opinions. I'm not a PlayStation pony. Fuck PlayStation. Fuck Xbox. Fuck Nintendo, right? I talk about what I like. If all the games are coming to PC, I'm good, bro. I don't gotta be a part of any fucking fan base.
Like he said, he ain't gotta deal with 30 FPS. He just can't do it.
Yeah,
he gets nauseous just hearing the combo.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
I trash Xbox. I trash Xbox because Xbox has the most things to trash about. If they don't fuck up as much, if PlayStation fucks up, then I'll talk shit about PlayStation easily.
That is true. He just have to deal with janky ass ports. That's all.
Oh shit.
With stuttering shader compilation.
No, that's it. He'll just have to pay more money to make it run.
Blue screen of that. That's what we got. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All right. And we got Extreme. What's going from down under?
Hey, aren't you supposed to touch the Messiah first? You said from the top, man.
Well, no, shit, Messiah. Shit, Messiah.
Yeah, you skip him.
Haven't heard him. Hey, Craig, top flight security of the world, Craig.
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening? Hey, listen. You know, how can I put this? Whatever. I can admit when I'm wrong. I'll say it that simply, right? Yo, Craig, you were right. When we had that argument about No Man's Sky and Starfield, see, this is see, I'm a big person. What's the proper phrase? I know when I fucked up. I know, and I admit when I fucked up. I know when I fucked up bad. I'm not those dudes that double down on the fuck up. When I fuck up, I'll be like, hit the bell out button. It's time to shut this shit down. And Craig, I was wrong. I literally wasted your time for 30 minutes?
No,
it was a good 30 minutes, bro. The chat was entertained.
We didn't even.
Yo, P-Rock.
I was wrong.
I listened to that after the fact. If I'd been there, I would have saved you from that, brother. If I'd been there, I'm so sorry I let you down.
I was wrong.
I would have said that was embarrassing. I listened to it after the fact, and I was like, "What is this dark? Like, what's going on? I've never heard this."
Like that's even worse because I don't think my brother would have went that low. I was wrong.
Oh,
and this is what's crazy.
Bad.
This is what's crazy.
Bad.
That's just me defending Xbox one goddamn time. I want to know how you motherfuckers could do this shit all the time. That just me fucking up once was like, yo, never again. You guys, you Xbox dudes do this shit all the time. How can you stand living your life doing this? Yo, that shit is crazy. I try to give Xbox the benefit of the doubt one time, and that shit blew the fuck up in my face. How can you guys just do it all the time? That shit is nauseating.
That's why I told you, Puertorock, never bet on greed.
That shit is crazy.
Never bet on greed. Always on
greed. I honestly just tried, and that was just one time. I'm like, I gotta give benefit of the doubt. I mean, No Man's Sky, come on. And then when somebody posted that video, and I'm like, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Literally. That's not even trolling. Literally. Frame for frame. It's the same shit. Minus the graphics. It's the same
minus 60
shit.
frames. Minus the 60 frames in the VR mode.
Yo,
it's the same.
The only big difference that's gonna have between so far from the appearance is just that Starfield has a story mode. It has a RPG.
No, it's the sandwiches. Please, I need you to respect
the sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
But does No Man's Sky have? I don't think No Man's Sky has an actual RPG story mode. It doesn't.
No. It's the sandwiches that matter because that's the reason that the 30 frames.
It's the sandbox. No, it's the sandbox.
Yeah.
It has no.
It's the reason that it's 30 frames.
No Man's Sky has
they have the DLC.
They have campaigns. It's not Starfield RPG, but it's a campaign. It's hours worth of campaign.
Yeah, but even that story doesn't impact performance. It's not like adding a conversation now. Oh, we can only do voiceovers at 30 frames. It's not that.
You know what? You know what impacts the performance? Sandwiches, because they have object permanence. That's why it's 30 frames per second.
No, I heard somebody say
that. But the thing is, that's not really new. That's actually for whatever.
Hey, listen. This is the truth. That Todd Howard said.
No,
I'm not here to argue. I'm here to tell you.
I'm not arguing. I'm telling you, that's not a new thing. If you play Fallout, they always had that problem.
They always had sandwiches?
Yeah, sandwiches, peanuts, whatever exists doesn't disappear. Like when you kill the bodies don't disappear. And after a while, it's just too much. That's how they fixed the PS3 version of Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas.
I think it was Skyrim that had that. All of them had it. But no,
the first one though, New Vegas, because the frames will get down to like 15% as you get deeper into the game. As you played the game,
that was Skyrim.
No, it was Fallout New Vegas. I remember specifically because it was bad. It was like you play halfway through the game, it started becoming unplayable. So they released a patch that made all the items disappear after you kill it. Like all the bad guys.
You only had 128 megabytes of RAM.
I remember that specifically. So New Vegas got fixed when they implemented a patch that would remove now anytime you kill something, after a while it would just disappear and not stay there. Because the game was just crippling under the weight and stuff like that.
Yep.
So the fact that what you're saying that sandwiches are still that's like, I don't know why they do that. That's always been their thing, which doesn't make sense. Like if I kill a body, let that shit go. I don't want to go back to it and be like, oh, the body's still here. Let me drag it around and do ragdoll.
Yo, Puertorock, when I am exploring planet number 227, I feel comforted by the fact that sandwich on planet number 123 is still exactly where I left it. That improves my gaming experience.
You, man, they're gonna have to patch that because that shit's gonna be shit. If you have all these sandwiches on every planet, somebody better eat them motherfuckers.
Here's the thing.
Have you ever been down a mine shaft and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm gonna come back here and explore it again once I have new powers, but I'm a bit hungry. So let me leave this sandwich in this here locker. Okay? Now 10 hours later, okay, when you come back in game time, you're thinking to yourself, man, my character is hungry. If only, oh my god, I did leave it in this locker. Thank god I don't have 60 frames, but I have this here sandwich right here.
That's it, man. Listen.
100%
30 frames don't feed the belly.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you ordered 60 frames in a menu?
Exactly. You want sandwiches.
Shout out to Eric83. RDX canceled podcast tonight because of the news. Yo, so let's kick the first.
Really?
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go. So we're gonna move on. So Craig, man, we talk about Starfield. What's going on, brother? What you been playing?
I fired up No Man's Sky on the Series X
at 60 frames.
At 60 frames, I'm still stuck on the one planet. Forbidden West, phenomenal. I learned how to fly. So that girl learned how to fly. So that just opens up a whole new world with that game. And that's pretty much been it. I downloaded the Final Fantasy demo, but it's like J-Dub was saying, we're right up against it coming out in like 40 hours or something.
Did he just cut out, or is that just me?
Yeah,
just you.
Yeah,
just you.
I've been busy, but I'm deleting the demo and I'm just gonna buy the game either Friday or Saturday. I also got something called a GeForce RTX 3060 that will be going into my PC. So.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Good to go.
I wanted to add. I wanted to speak on him talking about No Man's Sky. Not even No Man's Sky holds to 60 frames on the Xbox. When I had the Series X and I played it, it didn't even hold to 60.
So you got rid of that dog shit?
Oh, I sold it a long time ago.
He got rid of that dog shit.
But when I tried it, not even that game held 60 frames at whatever resolution it was on the Xbox Series X.
Because the console's dog shit.
Yeah.
But my 3060, I was told by a guy at Best Buy when I bought it, he on a blue shirt, his name was D. He said my 3060 is more powerful than a 4090. So I'm excited.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What are you talking about? What did I hear? Yeah, right. What did I say?
I think he's messing with you.
No, that's what I got told.
Bro, D. Blue shirt guy.
I can't tell if he's joking or if he's serious.
Who the fuck? Who do you know?
His voice is so monotone that I don't know.
Who do you know that's called D?
There's like no reflection.
Well, who do you know that's a tech guy, right? Or a proclaimed tech guy that's called D? Yeah.
but even D-Batch won't be that ridiculous.
Well, no, that's
know,
this
bro.
guy named D.
Didn't-
This guy named D told me that the 3060 was more powerful. So, and I got it for $300.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's joking.
D said that
These
the
nuts?
plow is equal
this
to
what-
4
it might be
2080 Ti's.
Hey yo, J-Dub, are they trying to set me up with these nuts jokes?
No, it's not these
I
nuts.
think,
Oh,
because
man.
I think Craig is waiting for me to be like, yo, who the fuck is D that told you this?
No.
These nuts. I have a feeling that's what he's trying to do, but I didn't ask him. I didn't ask the question, and Craig's like, come on, say it, Puertorock.
You know what's weirder?
I
You
didn't
know
say
what's
it.
weirder than that? It's the weirdest part is
I
that
have
you
a
thought
feeling
about
that-
that.
I think
You thought about. That's the weirdest part. You thought about the nuts. Why are you
Yeah,
thinking about the
these-
nuts?
I believe you. Listen, these nuts, I know them. I know them traps. I know them traps. I think Craig tried to get me with these nuts.
Craig on that
sorry.
Kentucky bourbon.
Sorry,
He's on that
brother.
Kentucky bourbon over
Sorry,
there.
bro. They're gonna have to come up with some new material. That ain't working. No, Puertorock. This dude D. Come on, say it, Puertorock. Ask who D is. Nah, I'm good. Not my.
Wow.
It's
I
all
would have
right.
bought it. He didn't tell me
you-
that. So.
I won't. I will not be stopping by GameStop in Kentucky anytime soon. So we're good. You know what I'm saying? All right, brother, man. All right. And then of course we got E4 Extreme. Now we got E4 Extreme.
Yo,
Is he?
hey
Oh, there
guys,
you
how
go.
you doing?
He comes on a podcast talking about sandwiches. You hungry or some shit?
Hey, listen,
hungry.
man. I'm just factually speaking what they told us, okay?
Yeah,
I report
sandwiches.
the lies. All right? Do what you do. I've been playing God of War, Final Fantasy 16 demo, incredible. I think it will get a 96 or
Nobody
above
cares.
on Metacritic.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going high with that one
That's
because
what I'm talking about.
I was
Listen,
blown
go hard.
away.
Shoot that half court shot.
Hey, listen,
with
listen.
15 minutes left to the game.
Yo, P-Rock, I know you haven't played it because you want to go in fresh.
Yes.
What you're gonna get?
I don't do
what you're gonna
demos.
get? It's incredible, dude. It is mind blowing
Right.
how incredible it is. It's
Yeah,
one of
I
those games where I
concur.
started it
I
at
Yeah, I'm not gonna
midnight.
make fun of you for the 96. In fact, that's ballsy. I like it.
I started
Listen,
at
shoot
midnight,
your
man. I
shot,
started
man.
at midnight,
Listen,
and I'm just gonna go in, just take a look at what the turn and timber. By the time I was finished, I was like, God, if you ever do this to me again, if you ever make me wait 11 days again
yeah, that's
for
it.
something so great,
just
how
saying.
dare you?
That's what's up, man. You go for the girl that's out of your league. You know, because if she
No,
says
hey,
yes,
listen, you know I'm still
when
going
you
for
say-
Beyonce.
when
You
say
know I'm still going for Beyonce.
You tell her, yo,
You know I'm still going
let's
for
go to the
Beyonce.
telly.
Never say never.
Goddamn right.
Hey,
She might say,
hey.
yeah, listen. Guaranteed is 50-50. She's either going to say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? If
That's
you
a
don't
pretty good
ask-
odds.
If you don't ask,
Pretty good
it's
odds.
a no. It's 100% chance. If you don't ask, 100% chance is a no. But if you
That's right.
ask, you don't know. I might, Jay-Z might have pissed her off that day, and she'd be like, you know what?
Hey, listen,
I'm
I've
gonna
got
sleep
it.
with this no-name gaming whatever just to piss off Jay-Z. Hey, it doesn't matter. You nut either way.
Hey,
Either way,
first
you
of
nut.
all,
don't
first of all, listen. If she sleeps with me, it's because of my nice personality. Okay, I've got a nice personality, and I've got a sweet voice. All right.
And the best part about you, your whole setup doesn't got
listen,
cables.
Beyonce
You don't see
doesn't,
the cables.
Listen, Beyonce don't want you to lull her to sleep. She wants her back broken. All right, so you better come
Hey.
up with. You better
I
have
can
some,
do that
You
too.
better have some different
Trust-
descriptive material.
Trust, I
He
can
out
do that
here-
too.
He out here
But
about to sing her a poem and shit. She like, motherfucker. Like, hey, whoa, let's slow down. This is becoming an R-rated, triple X-rated podcast. We gotta tone it back down to PG-13. Tone it back down.
all right, back to the
to
games.
PG-13.
Yo, so Final Fantasy 16 is amazing, and I'm really happy for all the people that are going to play it. I'm still pissed off about the black comment, so I'm not gonna get it day one because fuck them. But yeah, it's great. It's great. Second one, what is it? The Lies of P demo. I truly did not enjoy that experience. I think it has a lot of game design choices that are not for me, like the animation locking and a bunch of other things that I don't really agree with. I prefer a faster combat system. However, the game looks beautiful, even though I think it doesn't sound good because I've played games with
you a
really good.
sound audiophile, right? Aren't you like a
Yeah,
audiophile?
exactly. I like sound, so I don't think it sounds good.
Sound
I
and
wasn't
no
getting a lot of
cables.
Well, I'll
yeah,
tell
exactly.
You,
Hide your cables.
I'll
Hide
tell
your
you
cables.
this: Final Fantasy 16 audio and soundtrack is going to make me just buy that specific soundtrack just to listen to on my home theater system.
100%.
Listen, y'all, hey, and this is a question to the chat. You guys actually listen to like game music in your house? Like if it was a regular music?
Yo, P-Rock, I use game music to evaluate speakers.
Yeah. Listen, once you play the game, Puertorock, once you play the game, you'll understand why. It set the tone, the mood.
Y'all be doing that, though?
It's literally...
P-Rock, when I
never played ever. I never played video game music just to play it.
I got the It's not a game in my phone right now. I jam it all the time.
Ever. I think my wife will slap the shit out of me if she walk in a room and I'm listening to fucking Metal Gear's fucking theme music. She will look at me like, you are out your goddamn mind.
But there are certain games that have fantastic soundtracks. I'm sure that you played and you're like, yo, that song's really good. An example, Assassin's Creed 2.
But I'm not gonna
Assassin's Creed 2 is
soundtrack.
Assassin's Creed 2 is fantastic.
I'm not gonna be 19 years old in a Honda Civic bumping Final Fantasy, picking up chicks.
That's different. That's different. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have my 215s be like, with the FF music. I just don't see it.
Yo, P-Rock, when you listen to the FF16 music, you're gonna listen to it on the slide. You're gonna be like, all right, let me just get another hit of that real quick.
Put your headphones on, your 3D audio headphones, and then you're gonna be like, holy shit, what the fuck?
I'm just telling you.
That's literally how I was
you're not gonna get
playing the game.
Doing that. You get no pussy doing that.
You're telling me I'm not getting Beyonce doing that?
You're not gonna get Beyonce. Definitely don't be doing that if Beyonce's anywhere near. Don't do it. You're not gonna pull Beyonce, with Final Fantasy theme music.
Yo, P-Rock, when I evaluate speakers, that's what I put on because I know that music inside and out. So yes, I listen to soundtracks. Like for me, people that spend a lot of money on like TVs and no money on the audio. Like if P-Rock, you've got a good TV, don't you?
Green closing. You might as well. That'll get you more ass than Final Fantasy 16.
This man ain't got no sense.
Okay, but yeah, anyways.
Yo, E4's like, I don't even know what to say. Normally you have a good comeback. He's like, I don't even know what to say to that.
I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on.
He's like, that shit don't even make sense. I will move it on.
I'm just gonna move the fuck on. I don't have time.
Well, I will tell you. I will tell you this. Just by playing 2 hours of that demo, that game will be nominated. For
Jacob, how you're gonna do me like that? How you gonna do me like that? I was my Final Fantasy 16 love train, and then you just come in and take over.
Mama had the 96. J-Dub won up to.
Exactly. He just came in and won up me. He's like,
he won up.
It's going to be nominated. It's going to be nominated for Game of the Year and Audio Design of the Year. Mark my words.
Oh shit. Oh, that's good.
See, you do realize. Like he can't, J-Dub can't let you live, bro, because he's the antagonist in chief. So you're like, this game is great. I give it 96, and J-Dub's like, oh hell nah.
98.
J-Dub's like game of the generation.
Game of the gen will change your life. You will give up your firstborn. He's looking at you, top that.
I will say this.
Like Game of Thrones?
J-Dub.
I love Game of Thrones.
J-Dub, I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna one up you. That demo alone is going to have more fun, more impressions, and a better display of next gen than the entirety of Starfield. Just the demo by itself.
Absolutely. I put that on anything. I'm willing to wager better.
Is this who can cap for the game the most?
No. It's just I'm normally like Puertorock when it comes to demos. I normally don't try demos. But this demo here, demo should be nominated for a fucking demo of the year.
I'm a 100%. Yo, Extreme, this game is gonna be so good that if Beyonce could say A Night with Me or with Final Fantasy, you would choose Final Fantasy.
Nah, no way.
Oh man.
Nope.
Oh man.
It's good, but not that good.
Nope.
I win.
Oh, man.
If we're gonna cap, I can cap, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't beat that.
I can't beat that. That's some crazy shit, man. That's just downright ignorant. J-Dub's like, yo, that's just.
I'm not even gonna be caught on audio saying anything remotely.
J-Dub's like, that's some ignorant shit you saying right there, bro. Ain't nobody gonna believe you. And now you out your mind. Oh my god. Oh man, all right, man. It's good. It's good stuff. Hey, so for me, recently I beat Forspoken along with the DLC. Love the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Love the game.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking, you know what though, because back to back I kept playing a lot of games that are long, like Hogwarts. I still haven't beat that game. It's fucking, excuse my language, it's a lot, right? So I'm thinking I need something short. So I remember I bought a game, but I never got around to playing it. You guys ever heard of, for those that played on the Super Nintendo, you ever heard of a game called ActRaiser? No. It's an old game on the Super Nintendo. So
I heard of that.
Yeah, at the time, I'm not gonna lie. At the time, the game was ahead of its time, right? So the way it works is it's kind of like a sim building type, build civilization along with action. So pretty much you're a god, and you have to lead man from the darkness, whatever, right? But what's cool is like you have like a little floating city, and then when you select the region you're about to start, it will like zoom in, like if you're flying off, like if you're like in a first person view, you will like jump. Man, how can I explain this, man? It's pretty cool, right?
Transition is smooth.
It's a pan.
It's so ahead of its time, right? And I love the game. I remember I was playing the game so much, but for whatever reason, I don't remember me actually beating it. I just don't remember if I ever beat that game. And it was like, the girl you lost in high school, you know what I'm saying? The one that you never asked out, and now you look back and you wonder, fuck, what would have happened?
What's her name?
What would have happened if I would have opened my mouth, right? So ActRaiser was like, it was always that game that I'm like, man, if I had another opportunity to play it, I would play it and beat it. Well, they remade it and called it ActRaiser Renaissance. So when I saw that, right, and the game was out for a while, but like maybe 3 months ago when I saw that, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And they said, oh yeah, they remade it back in 2009. And I'm like, I was like, what? I'm like, oh shit. So I went and I beat it. I beat it like 2 days ago. And it was perfect because I needed that. It's not like a super in-depth game. It's not like a long RPG game. It just has a lot of gameplay mechanics. But it was, oh my god, it was just so much fun. Let me see. Let's see if I could show y'all. I might
download the ROM and give it a try and see what you're talking about.
Oh man, this guy won't even buy this shit. He said I'm gonna download the ROM. Oh shit.
ROM retro.
Let me see.
You want to play the original?
Oh, the original? Okay, yeah. Then the Super Nintendo one. Let me see. In fact, there was like a video. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm gonna put it up for y'all. Let me put it.
Strip away what you don't want.
All right, so this is the original one. Now keep in mind, this is Super Nintendo in 1990. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Oh, that's a planet on Starfield, isn't it?
Oh shit!
With the clouds and shit.
He said it's a planet on Starfield. What the hell is going on here? Microsoft messing with me? The fuck?
You stuttering, bro? You stuttering?
Why the fuck? This is weird.
It's got Starfield frame rates, man.
Oh shit! Yeah, I meant to Starfield. They're like, oh, you want the Starfield-like experience?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Turns out you could have gotten that in 1990. That's crazy.
What the?
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Puertorock, you don't have to let that go, man. It's not working.
Listen. I commit. You're talking to a Marine
let it
here.
Go.
We will finish the mission. Right?
All right.
Oh shit!
You see.
Listen, bro, this game is too demanding for your laptop right now.
This game's good luck with Starfield. You can't even play a YouTube video. Like, oh shit, why is this stuck? This is weird.
Oh,
your P-Rock, open it on your Series X. It's at home there.
Oh, she's gonna run at 15 frames.
Yo, P-Rock, you can't buffer a YouTube video?
That's weird.
Put
I
it
know,
on
right? How you
480.
buffer a YouTube video? That's just like so 2005. I took it out of theater mode. Maybe something's wrong with theater mode. What the fuck is going on here? There's some weird shit.
Yo, P-Rock, maybe you need cloud streaming.
Oh shit, there we go.
Yeah, watch it through xCloud.
Are you gonna make us like watch a person enter the name?
No, yes.
Like this guy's like
yes.
full experience.
Listen, I want you to feel what I felt when I was 11 years old. You're gonna get it all of it.
30 frames, all the
His
lag.
name is Robin Brv. That's the guy's name, Robin BRV.
Okay, well let's rename this podcast for today at least. 30 frames, all the lag.
See, now this is how it looks.
Are
now.
you awake?
In
I am the
2021.
angel sent to help
That's how it
you
looks.
recover your lost strength.
See, now you're gonna watch how you put how inputting your name is remastered.
Oh shit.
See, I'm putting these guys through torture. Hold on, let's start with this. All right, we'll go right here. There we go.
How do you this topic?
Huh? How do we get on this topic?
Huh?
Listen,
This
you
podcast
It's gonna
understand.
be 4 hours long. This is not what the people came for. This is not what the people came
This was a
for.
big deal. Like you like flowing. This was huge.
Keyword.
Back then. Watch.
The keyword.
See, on
the
you're
keyword
floating
was.
on
okay,
Mount
I see.
Olympus. You hover over the land,
Right.
whatever, right? And I'm thinking, hey, picture, I'm 11 years old.
That's a Starfield,
Super Nintendo.
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you got that little crappy angel.
No, that's a spaceship from Starfield. That's flying over the planet. And then you decide to
Gaming
land.
back then was so pure. And then all of a sudden,
Yep.
this shit was the shit back then. Like, yo, you're actually about to land. Yo, that shit was off the hook. And then the game started like this. And then you get into, and now this is the new one.
Oh, I see.
See, now this is the new one. And it does the same thing. So now this is how it is now. A lot better. But it's the same, whatever. But the first one, that was a big deal back then. You know what I'm saying? When you got that viewpoint, yo, I remember me and my cousin, we went crazy, bro. We were like, yo,
Is that new one?
Technology.
Yo.
And look at the angel. So the angel's different.
Is
We were
that-
like, yo, the technology is crazy.
Is that new one on PSP?
I don't know.
It's
I know
a-
it's on
It
Switch.
looks like it's on PSP.
It's on
Oh,
Switch,
okay, well, there you
PC, and PlayStation. I don't know if it's on Xbox.
Okay, I see. Oh, I don't know if it's on
I
Xbox.
don't know. It's not on Game Pass. See?
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're right.
But the left, I think, was more impactful. Because given at the time, that was like a new concept.
Of course.
And then this is how you fight. And then you start out fighting like this, which is pretty cool. So that it's just, listen, man. It's a childhood memory. Listen, I'm sharing a piece of my soul to
Yo,
you guys.
someone said.
Y'all here talking
Someone
shit,
said.
and I'm saying, look, I'm sharing my soul. You understand what I'm saying? This, I'm giving you a little piece of history and stuff like that. Half of y'all started on the damn 360, so take a little lesson.
facts.
All right, now play.
Yo, call me Jay. You
Someone-
and I want to start a
P-Rock.
podcast? I feel
P-Rock,
like
someone said, all I'm getting from this segment is that P-Rock is old.
Yeah. Shout out to Squeaky Cheeks.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
yo, hey, Craig, is that your alt or some shit? Squeaky Cheeks.
No, I
no.
promise you. Not me.
Hey, be careful. Chocolate Thunder like that tweet.
Yeah,
He likes that. He likes that super chat.
Yeah, he may you're the best looking thing he done seen. And he got double life.
Oh
my
my
name is
God.
Squeaky Cheeks.
What the fuck?
So,
He said, "Are you guys getting the oils for the fantasy?"
the what?
Oh, he
Oils of
said-
fantasy?
I think he's trying to say, "Are y'all gonna stroke?" Pause. Are y'all stroking?
oh
Pause.
no,
Oh,
only
he
to
said,
Beyonce.
"Oh, no."
No,
Oh,
no, sir,
crap.
no, thank you.
All right. He said, "No, thank you." Oh, okay. All right. So let me. So let's.
Oh man,
all right.
they
What's up?
somebody on Twitter just they just leaked the whole Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
They
figured
leaked?
out
What do you mean they
what
leaked?
So
Is that the new one?
they leaked it. They posted it. So
Oh.
if you can go take it and just go to Twitter download and download it to your phone and download it somewhere.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, because they finna ban this account.
Oh, that's
right. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just saying if y'all want to.
He's like, nah. Then you probably already got it done.
I'm confused. I think
I can't confirm nor deny.
No, I think J-Dub has the Vision Pro already. This motherfucker driving Twitter and the podcast. He got everything unlocked.
He's not even driving. He's just.
How are you driving?
No, I ain't gonna lie. So
you got screens floating in front of him as he's driving. He's good.
So what's crazy is so my first time being inside a Tesla was actually in a cab. A lift, right? Mm-hmm. I ordered I reserved the lift to take me to the airport, right? So it was a Tesla. I forgot which model it was, but it was cool. It was my first time being inside a Tesla, right? Like the roof was like glass. It was nice. It was really nice, right? The dashboard is like basic, like minimal. Just that tablet that's attached to the screen. It did everything. And the guy's driving, whatever. They try to. The driver was pretty, friendly, whatever, talking, and then somehow. I guess he asked me if I was a Yankees fan because because I told him from New York. He's like, Yankees or Mets? I told him Yankees. So then we started talking baseball, and then pretty much it was like a 40-minute ride. So it was pretty much all baseball. Now bear with me on why I'm telling you this story. So we're talking about baseball, and like it's actually exciting. Like we're both, I'm a big baseball fan. So he was we. So when you get two baseball fans together, it's just whatever, right? So he's driving. He's talking whatever. Then he's talking that he's a big Padres fan and that he was at the game and that on his phone there was a particular game where the Padres pitcher hit another batter, right? And I was like, and you caught that on film? He does this. And I wasn't prepared for this. He does this. He takes his hands off the wheel, grabs his phone, starts looking through it, and I'm like, and then he turns around and he starts showing me. At this point, I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, yo! Like, I'm like, sir, the wheel? He's like, oh, no, it's fine. What do you mean it's fine? I completely forgot about self-driving cars. I'm like, what do you mean it's fine? We're going to die. He's like, he started laughing. He's like, no, the car self-drives. I'm like, so if this car self-drives, why were you holding the wheel? He's like, it makes people comfortable. But technically, I don't have to touch the wheel. The whole way. He says it will take you to the airport the whole way without me touching the wheel.
Yeah. Yep. Powered by Azure servers.
I was like, he only pretends to hold the wheel and drive most of the time. He said most of the time, especially when you're on the highway driving for one big distance, which is most of his drives, he's just pretending. Yeah. He's really not actually driving. The thing's doing it. I'm like, yep. And then at that point, screw baseball. I need to know more about this. And yeah, it's like self-adjusting, slowing down, speeding up. It's crazy. Yep. It's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a taxi driver, I would be sleeping. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, got it. Go, cool.
Yeah.
I would get 1 star on these apps. He's like, he fell asleep. Well, the car drives itself. You don't need me. I'm just gonna slow it down. It was crazy.
Yo, Puertorock.
As long as you make it to your destination.
The what?
You're fucking ancient, man. Like. You're just proving how old you are in this podcast. It's like, oh my god, the technology of these youngsters. The car drives itself.
No, but I've never been in that car before.
Yeah.
I actually never been in a Tesla Rover. So when he did it, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, this really gonna I'm like, this dude's really gonna show me a baseball game? So, I'm gonna die.
So tell me about your primary school when you went there with Jesus.
What? Wait, is this what grandfathers are gonna do now?
Tell me about your primary school when you went there with Jesus, because that's how old you are.
Oh, so no.
How was Jesus of Nazareth?
So funny. Back in the days, every Wednesday we used to get off for school because of church.
Yeah.
You remember those days?
Yeah.
This entire podcast is Puertorock is old. Let's talk about it.
Now you guys are Satanists and shit. You're all gonna go to hell. But check this out. So, all right, so let's talk about Final Fantasy right here. Let me play this.
What a fucking set.
Can we talk about games now?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Final Fantasy right now. So
all right, cool.
Right here. So this is like shout out to
an Xbox podcast.
Shout out to Pro Rules. Got a compilation of like people. In my opinion, they were exaggerating the demo. Reactions of the demo.
No, they're faking. They're faking it, bro. It's a Starfield GOTY.
I don't know. It's very good, but at the same time, I'm very traumatized.
Oh my god! I need that too. Like what?
that was the demo, and I feel like I got a full course.
Listen,
meal.
bro, you've seen Star Wars fans before.
Listen. He says he got a full course meal.
That was great.
This is this guy.
That was super fucking good.
It was great.
It's not cap. It's not cap, Puertorock.
It's cap. It's cap.
It's not cap.
It's cap.
As someone who played it, listen, I think everybody on the panel played it except for you. It's not cap.
It's cap.
To a game.
Listen. Hey, nobody wants to hear y'all ugly voices.
What?
Look at this one.
I have to wait a whole week?
Yes, you have to wait a whole week, bitch.
Whoa. Damn, that was juicy. There's some heart-wrenching shit.
Yeah, they definitely gave you a reason to care.
That was season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Oh my god. Season 1 of Game of Thrones. Season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look at this one. Look at this guy. This guy's in disbelief.
Oh my god.
This guy. Look at this guy.
Oh my god.
You alright, bro?
Dude.
Oh, look at this one.
I don't want it to end.
Yeah, that one was fake for sure.
Oh my god, we have to wait 10 days, right? That's the end of the demo, I'm assuming. Thanks for playing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I need this game yesterday.
Nah, 10 days.
That wasn't fair.
That's
Not
fair.
fair. They can't do that to me.
Life ain't fair, bro. 10 days.
Oh my god.
Why is P-Rock acting like an
This
Xbox
is
that don't got a
not
PlayStation
only
right now?
The best demo I've
He's
ever
a demo
played.
hater, man. He's a demo hater.
Oh, he's a demo hater?
I
Also, you don't like
love
racing
it.
games and demos? What's going on?
Yep.
Down with the demo.
Yo, P-Rock, when you play the full game, P-Rock, when you play the prologue of the game,
we didn't grow. He's acting like we didn't grow up on fucking PS1 demo disc. We couldn't afford any games for the first 2 years.
I will not confirm nor deny your statement.
Yo, P-Rock, when you come back next week, you're gonna apologize to all those people.
But this is
You're gonna apologize to all those people. You're gonna be like, God damn.
Listen, it's cap. Listen, I don't know demos, but when you play like a simple 20-30 minute demo and you're like,
it's a 2-hour demo. It's 2 hours.
It's not a demo per se. It's like the prequel of the game, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So you're playing.
Like, listen, it would be like if I did this video, I would be like this. Finish the demo, and I'd be like,
it's like a trial.
I would be like, thanks for
okay. So what if after the show, Puertorock go play it for 2 hours, and then he got to come back and hold the line and say, man, it was on cap, because then he got to hold the line because he can't admit that.
I'll play for 2 hours, and I come back and be like, ladies and gentlemen, the game is so great that I can't survive 10 hours. So this will be the last time you will see me. Thank you for all the memories. But I can't.
You're a motherfucking liar. You're a liar. You're just gonna play it again. You're just gonna play it again. You're just gonna play it again.
I can't endure it.
You just.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna exaggerate.
Puertorock, you just spent the last half hour telling us about an SNES game, brother. Come on.
But it's the full game. It's a game, not a demo.
I know, but you know what? That game connected to you on such a deep level. Here it is, 30 years later, 40 years later. It stuck with you. You're still excited to play.
But it was a full game. We're not talking about demo. Listen, it's like marrying a woman just because she gave you good head. Come on,
no, but that. Hey,
we gotta know the rest. We need the rest.
She got some fire.
We need the cookie.
PG-13. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
We need the cookie. Oh no, I don't know about you. I need some food. Sometimes, you know.
Superhead said it's all you need.
I need the food, dog. I need the food. I need to be fed, bro. I get hungry. I get hungry every day. I don't necessarily get erected every day. Hungry's daily.
Let me ask you this.
Hungry is hourly.
Wait, you don't get erected every day?
Okay.
We're not about to talk about erections and shit.
Let me ask
that shit.
No, let's talk about it. What do you mean?
Hold on.
What do you mean?
No, let's stop. Did you just hear? Did you just hear Craig? He just say "ew," Mr. Chocolate Thunder double line hitting booty. But the word erection is where he draws the line. That's where Craig draws the line now. Now he's like, oh wait, now we're doing too much. You literally talking about prison assault on this podcast for like the last 2 months. And now the word erection, which is scientific, that's where you draw the line, Craig? He say ew.
He got standards.
You didn't catch
Craig,
him?
he got standards. He got standards, no more.
Somebody got double
Yo, Craig said, ew. Like, what? You're talking about chocolate thunder taking on squeaky cheeks. And my man said, ew. Oh, shit, anyway. Jenna Hayes.
Hey.
Oh, no, first we got Troll Virgil. Virgil said, as an Xbox fan, this demo was amazing. It's game of the... It's GOT, Game of Thrones, Season 1.
GOTY.
All right?
I gotta say,
Game of Thrones Season 1.
Game of Thrones, yeah, it is.
Why do people love to say as a and then they say the platform that they play on? Why do they do that?
Oh, I don't.
It's
to show unbiased.
Unbiased.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Sure.
You know, as a PlayStation fan, I will say Xbox is dog shit. No, Jenna Hayes. Thank you, True Virgil. Thank you for the super chat. Jenna Hayes, she said the FF16 demo made me feel how I felt when I first played MGS2 demo on PS2. It's that good, and can't wait to play the full masterpiece on June 23rd.
Yes.
Yeah, the same way you played it in the demo.
Can't wait. Nice. I'm happy for y'all. Listen. All right, if y'all like it, I love it. Fair enough.
No, we want you to play it.
No. We'll listen to you next week. No, Craig, let him be. Yo, J-Dub, let him be. When he plays that Puertorock, he's gonna be like, God damn, they were right.
Okay.
We're like, it's alright.
But listen, I'm not playing the demo at 32 frames.
Wait, it's not 30.
Performance mode?
It's not 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're gonna believe Digital Foundry?
Really? He fell for the X.
Wait, now we don't believe Digital Foundry was
fell
going
for the
on.
Xbox.
Wait, I never
for the
believed
Xbox. Oh man.
Why not? They're showing you data.
No, because they are biased in what they show. Like,
they did. Oh man,
they are super biased in what they show.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen. They're gonna ensure.
Look at the screen. I literally played the game.
No, they literally. Square Enix says they're gonna ensure it has a day one patch to ensure better, stable performance. If the game was fine,
listen,
they would have done
most
it.
of the patch. Most of the patch is there to actually fix an issue where in certain conditions you can't progress with a quest. That's what it
has nothing to do with the. Yeah,
that sounds like it's worse. That shit sounds
okay.
It's 300 megs, man. It's 300 megabytes. It doesn't fix any performance issues.
It's okay if a demo is not up to snuff. It's a demo. It's not the actual game. What matters is the game itself. And I want buttery smooth 60. When I played this
with VRR.
You cannot give me greatness at 32 frames. That's not greatness. I want greatness at 60 frames.
Can I just say, as a person that actually played the demo, it was running much better than 32 frames.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
49.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It was running at 49. Got it. 49.
Hey, hold on. I have a big issue. I have big beef right now with the chat. There's 360 people watching, but only 90 likes. What is going on?
They want more.
Come on, chat.
I mean, I'm sorry. No.
Oh my god, bro.
They don't want.
Oh man.
That's not.
Yo, Pio, you've been kind of horny this entire podcast. First it was the Beyonce thing.
I'm gonna be honest.
He said he don't get erect every day, but he just did after saying that. Like,
my wife is back. So my wife is back in North Carolina visiting my daughter. So I've been on withdrawals. I've been on withdrawals.
Oh my
god. I feel like the dog in Van Wilder right now.
Listen. Your daughter might listen to this podcast, so let's just stop talking about that. It's fine. Okay, fair enough.
She want to
Daddy.
Because you don't want to tell her why you married your mother. So your mother.
60 frames, no erect podcast.
You know, the pipes are getting backed up. No, but seriously, all right. So, what the hell is
Can we talk about games?
What the hell? We haven't even talked about games yet, bro.
I know, bro.
Yo, let me tell you something. Notice we usually get like 200 something viewers. Why we at 350 now? Let me find out. We gotta do like a different type of podcast.
Oh man.
Yo, this is giving me ideas, bro. We're gonna have like the day.
Yo, Craig ran away. You talked about erections so much that he ran away. Craig's gone. Craig's gone. Craig's gone. This is what you did.
Hey,
this is your fault.
Hey,
Chocolate
hey,
your fucking fault.
all this erection talk, he fell some way.
Mr. Spread left. Mr. Spread the cheeks left.
You think he's on Viagra? Oh shit.
Man.
Oh,
bro, you can't. That's his trigger word, erection. You can't say that word around him, bro.
Really?
He had to go. He had to go.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, Chocolate Thunder's PTSD. That's how he copes.
We're gonna have to do.
Can we stop saying Chocolate Thunder? That is far too nice a bunch of syllables for what it actually means. Can we just let that go?
And he's doing double life.
Oh my god.
No, like anyway. I mean, what's the difference between double life and life? Like you're still fucked. Like does it matter? Like I would be mad at the judge. Oh, we're gonna serve a triple life sentence. Like the fuck? Like that makes you feel better? Life is life.
Hey, yo, Puertorock, is your wife gonna be back by next week so we can talk about games on this podcast?
No.
Can we request her to take care of you before the podcast?
But look at the people. First we got Squeaky Cheeks. Now we got Balls Daily. You guys recommend Diablo 4? I didn't play Diablo.
Yeah, I'm level 35. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So yeah, you heard the one guy who played.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you, J-Dub. When I played Diablo 3, I just hold the attack and he does like 2 different attack animations. Is there more animations on 4 at least?
There's a lot of fucking animations. But
okay, good.
A lot of fucking animations.
There's a lot of fucking shit that you can unlock and assign.
That you have to pay for.
Oh yeah, $25 for a skin.
Yeah,
$25
for attack animations.
Yeah, I don't.
He's like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't spend money.
He don't spend money. He's supposed to developer.
Once you get my $70, that's all the money you get.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
All right. Shout out to JRoll49 with the red thumbs up. That's different.
That's it.
That's pretty cool.
Hey.
All right. So Final Fantasy so far. I'll be honest though. Overall, this is one of the few demos that I actually seen so much positivity. Other than the frame rate, which to me doesn't matter. Because to me, when it comes to performance, the day the game launches, that's when the conversational performance matters. The demos,
to be fair, I've only heard performance talk from Digital Foundry. Everybody else is like they don't even mention it. They're just talking about how amazing it is.
The game is too good, man. The game is
I will say this.
They gotta zoom in 400% and look at graphs and frame time and
no. I will say this. When I had it on my PlayStation, when I played it, when you go to performance mode, there's definitely a visual hit. The way that it's something that Horizon Forbidden West fixed.
Well,
but I mean it was noticeable because I've been playing God of War, been playing Horizon Forbidden West. When you switch those to performance mode, it's extremely subtle. This one, there was definitely this is a instant downgrade in the resolution. And then there were points in the demo, especially in the icon fight, where the frame rate did drop noticeably. But again, this is something that, number one, like you said, it's not a full game, so it's perfectly fine. It's already proven to be an old version of the game, so I have no concerns whatsoever that the final version is going to be a lot better. So yeah.
And from what I've seen, it seems like it's doing a lot. Like particle wise and shit. So
it is.
PS5, PS5, it's not a 4090, bro. It's not a fucking 4090. It's gonna drop because there's so much shit going on. So,
but this looks fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and I'm like this. It's not a first party game, and I think as you know, as a Sony gamer, playing all those first party exclusives, having the 120 mode, 60 mode, 30 mode with ray tracing and all the effects and all that shit, I think you kind of get spoiled, and then you have to realize that it's not a first party game. It's made by Square Enix, and some of these games they're made by other people. They're not made by a Sony developer. Sony developer, it's like this generation. Like it's a must. They got to give you the 60 frames. They got to give you the 120 frames. They got to give you the 30 frames with ray tracing and all that shit. And I just think that's what we expect as PlayStation gamers. But regardless of all of that stuff, if you played the demo and you completed it and you did you went back and did the icon fight or whatever, you'll realize that this game is the one. It's the one. You just know it's the one.
All right, hey. So since you brought up frames, let's talk frames.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, it's a good segue. That's why you need to come here more often. This is how smooth transition. You mentioned frames. We're talking frames. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of 180s, bro. I never seen a 180 on any topic in my life, bro. Because there's dudes in this community who literally built their careers on the power narrative. This gen. Yo, this shit is crazy. And now look, is the future of AAA next generation games 30 FPS on current model PS5? I don't know why you talking PS5. But he included PS5 and Xbox Series console. Now look, and this is primarily the people who follow him. 56% said yes.
Yep. You know why?
Let me ask you a question, J-Dub. If this question was asked, but not PS5, remove the word PS5. If the question back in July or August 2020, and this guy asked that same question, and the question is the future of AAA next generation games 30 FPS on the Xbox Series consoles, you know damn well majority of the answer will be no. You
Absolutely.
know the way they advertise 12 T-flops full RDNA, 98% would say no.
The days of 30 frames a second games is no more. That's what my brother Post Up said. Even Aaron Greenberg came out and said, 60 frames a second minimum up to 120. That's how we rolling. You know what I'm saying? The executive said that. 8K on all of the full RDNA 2. PS5 is GCN / RDNA 1.5. You remember that? You remember that?
You couldn't go a day. Like these guys will have Xbox podcasts. Somebody was having an Xbox podcast every single day, and it was talking the same topic, bro. That shit was miserable. The Xbox Series S was gonna have better frame rates. That's how ridiculous it got.
Apple Pinello. I still got the screenshot. Apple Pinello. It used to be an Xbox executive.
This shit is wild. And now look, so let me start with you, J-Dub. What do you think about this complete turnaround? And because to me, the real question that should be asked is the future AAA next generation games from Xbox first party 30 FPS. That's the question. If they were honest and they were real Xbox fans, that's what they should. They shouldn't be concerned about PS5. Because the truth is, Sony's first party, every single game they launch on PS5 has performance mode. Every single one. They provided the option.
They all have next gen features, and we know what next gen features are. That includes ray tracing. That includes 60 frames, 120 frames. Well, I'm just saying, right? And that includes instant loading. That includes some feature of a next gen feature, right? And a combination of it.
Yeah.
And the Xbox is the only platform that literally has none of that shit. They don't have one single game right now, first party game, next generation game that has ray tracing, that has instant loading, that has 120 or 60, and just the bare minimum of this generation should be 60, just a bare minimum. They're not even doing the bare minimum. And the sad part about it, Puertorock, is they have an extra 3 to 4 T-flops. What the fuck have they been doing with the T-flops? Where did those T-flops go? Who stole the T-flops?
So the question, including PS5 in this conversation, the conversation Xbox fans should be asking is 30 FPS the future of Xbox first party games? Because they already released 3 games that are 30 FPS only. No options for performance. They got, what is it? The Flight Simulator.
Flight Simulator.
And now Starfield. They already did it 3 times. So the question is, how many more times are they willing to do that? How many more times are they just willing to say, you know what, keep it at 30 for graphics, don't worry about performance mode because whatever. Creative choice.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason. We all know the reason here, right? We all know the reason why. It's because 80% of the Xbox next generation fan base own a Series S and not an X. So they're going to focus on the many instead of the few. And so we know, because we've heard from developers that have made open statements about the Series S holding back the Series X. Now, I guarantee you, if that statistic was flipped around and there was 80% of the people on the Xbox Series X and only 20% on the Series S, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because Microsoft probably would have already been in fucking drop the Series S. They would have gave you a refresh like of the Series X instead of the Series S. We just got. They just announced for an extra $100, you're gonna get a black version of the Series S with 1 terabyte drive
Which makes
in
no
there.
sense anyway.
And they didn't even mention the word Xbox Series X. They don't even care. It's like they don't care about any of that stuff.
All right, we'll start from the top. I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
We'll start from the top. So, Call Me J, what do you think about this? Why is PS5 being included in the conversation when technically now to be fair, to preface this, I don't count third party because third party they're not responsible to bring out the best of any platform. It's not their console. They are making games for multiple platforms. They are generally going to give you the best experience based on the constraints, the time, the money to make on all these platforms. So third party, whatever. But when you're first party, that is your platform, right? So far, Sony, because PS5 is their platform, they have provided options for performance in every game they publish that from their first party. Every game. There is not a single first party game that does not have a performance mode of some type. Some even went beyond just basic performance mode, like Rift Apart, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. They use VRR and high frame rate to give you extra frames. And some modes unlock frame rate and just let the system do what you can do. That's how you're able to play Spider-Man in quality mode and the game goes up to 60 frames because it's unlocked. The game just handles what it handles, right? So PlayStation is actually overdoing it. They're giving you all these options and performance. So why is PS5 in the conversation? The conversation should be, listen, right now is Xbox that's doing this. Flight Simulator lock 30. Redfall, for whatever reason, lock 30, right? And now Starfield 30. Like, what the hell's going on from the first party? Like, what is the first party not doing?
I think it's pretty obvious why this guy's including the PS5 in this vote. Is to soften the blow. Yeah, there you go. Soften the blow. But the reality is that this whole talk about performance has been going on since the One X, actually, from the Microsoft camp and the fanboys. Because when the One X came out, yes, it was the most powerful. Yes, it had more 60 frames and more 4K games and so on. So they kept running with that narrative into the next generation. And then, something happened. I don't know why. And like you said, PlayStation has... Before I even touch on PlayStation, right? All of us can agree that... Like at
Xbox
some point, the consoles. That's always. But at some point, the games will become so demanding that the PlayStation needs a refresh, a new console or a refresh, mid-gen refresh, right? So nobody is asking 4K locked 60 frames per second. Everybody understands that if you get more frames, you're gonna have to suffer on resolution or graphic fidelity.
That's what scaling is for. PC, right? Yeah, that's what DLS for and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, people will switch between them and they'll choose which one they want. And according to some statistic that came out not long ago, majority of people pick performance. So majority of people are playing these games at 1440, 60, or whatever it is that it's running. So they don't really care about the whole 4K stuff or the maximum fidelity because they're choosing performance mode. It baffles me that Microsoft doesn't give their console base a choice. And what A-Dub said a couple seconds ago is that their main console, the most people that have the next generation, is the Series S, not the X. So the more and more I see all these news about Xbox not delivering the X what it deserves, the more and more it kind of confirms that Microsoft internally, at least, has like a chokehold on developers, at least their first party, telling them if you can't get 60 on the S, then there's not going to be a 60 on the X. I don't care.
The parity.
Yeah, the parity. Like, I think that's what they're doing, and I don't understand why. To make people that have the S not feel bad, they know what they're buying. They're buying the Series S for a reason. They can clearly see at Walmart S and X. The X is more powerful. So if they buy the S, they are going in thinking and knowing, I'm going to get 30 frames, 1080p, blah, blah, blah. So they shouldn't feel bad if they see Starfield at 4K 60 or whatever the fuck, right? So I just think it's sad that the console people, especially those that own the X, bought into the hype, bought it, and are getting shafted even 3 years down into their generation. Like, Starfield is going to get a 60 frames per second mode, but by the people modding the game on the console. It's not going to be by fucking Todd Howard.
Yeah, because Todd Howard already said, this is design. And then the sad part about it is there is a parity clause, and that's just what that is. But then on the flip side, Sony was not out there talking about power. They never once mentioned a power, right? It was just Mark Cerny only said, we just want to make this system easy to use for the developer. So, Microsoft executives went out there touting the power, the T-flops, the full RDNA, and all this, the microchips in your mouth to eat monsters for breakfast. They went out there advertising that stuff, and now their system hasn't been able to deliver that, and the fan base has to walk back because they went out there trying to beat PlayStation dudes up about having the weak console. And now look, it looks like the tides have turned, and the shit ended up being a whole 360 flip. Which is crazy because PlayStation 5 has the better at least last generation, Xbox had the better running version of multiplat. They don't this generation. PlayStation has the better running version of the multiplat. And the exclusive. So it's like it's a double fuck. So I don't know, man, but that's why you're seeing these dudes saying, well, we don't really care about 60 frames anymore. We don't really care about ray tracing anymore. We don't care about any of those. It's sad. But how do they sell you on the next generation console? How are they going to sell you? They're going to go out there and talk about the most power. Are they going to bring up power?
They're going to cap and lie again.
Oh my god!
But
you think they don't?
One thing I want to say.
They have no shame. They're just going to repeat the same shit. You think they're going to learn their lesson? They're going to do the same exact shit.
I mean, the Series X is basically the same marketing as the One X. It's the same thing again because even you guys called out. You're like, wait, wasn't the X the most powerful? Like, this is the most powerful? Like, what is this marketing? What's going on? And the last thing I'll say about, and then I'll let someone else speak, is that the most impressive thing this generation when it comes to consoles have been PlayStation letting you use it to the maximum potential if you have a VRR screen. Yes. Like all these high-end games or very like graphically demanding games, they're letting you run the PlayStation. The PlayStation is sweating because it's not only unlocking the frame rate, it's running at the highest resolution it can, at the highest settings that it can, all this other stuff. All at the same time. This has never been done before on a console, and PlayStation's the only one doing it. And for games that are not first party, but they have a deal with PlayStation, like Final Fantasy, I expect PlayStation to entice them. Be like, yo, can you do this the same as our first party does? So I expect Final Fantasy to have not only a performance mode, but a performance mode VRR in the future to let you go absolutely insane. And
I would like to see these deals. That's one thing I'm surprised. Kind of disappointed, also surprised that I would like to see more of these third-party deals that for publishers that make exclusives for PS5 to take advantage of VRR and high frame rate the way Sony's first party do. Like I would like to see. I would have liked to see Final Fantasy 16 have a VR high frame rate mode, and I wonder why Sony ain't encouraging that. Maybe they are. I don't know, because they're not actually first party, so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I would love to see that type of technology expand into other games because I think that's pretty cool. That VR high frame rate, because it's not just simply they're not just using VR high frame rate as just default. They're actually doing something with it, giving you 10 extra frames, unlocking frame rates. That's pretty cool.
Technically speaking, VR doesn't need to be supported in a game. It just works across the board. Yeah. If your game drops from 60, VR should smoothen that out.
That's the default stance of VR.
Right. Yeah. But what PlayStation is doing is like, I'm going to unlock the frame rate scaler, and I'm going to unlock the resolution scaler and the frame rate. I'm just going to unlock both. And the PlayStation will do the talking and do its job however best it can. So that's the thing that I like about what PlayStation is doing with their first party. It's basically telling the PlayStation, take the wheel, bro. Just do your thing.
And that's what they asked Todd Howard. That's what people were wondering. Well, Todd, if you said, because he said in an interview, well, yeah, what did he say? He said Starfield. He was like, sometimes it go over 60 frames. So everybody was like, why not just unlock this shit and just leave it let VRR take care of the rest? You know why? It goes back to that parity. I think he's hamstrung by the fucking Series S because he said he plays majority of the time on the Series S and not the Series X. He said that, so I think that console is a crutch. And Microsoft has a parity clause that says what you do with one system, you have to do with the other.
That makes no. Yeah, but I can understand like the parity clause in terms of. I can understand a parity clause where you can't have missing content from one version to another. Like for example, you can't have split screen on the Series X version, but then on the Series S you don't have split screen. I could maybe understand that because then at that point it's literally. The user, even though it's Game Pass, but in all fairness, you're paying the same price, but you got two different products. So I could understand that parity clause, but I don't understand the parity clause of, because using that logic, can the Xbox Series X run 4K? Because the Series S can't. So because the X can't do because the Series S can't do 4K, you're not allowed to get 4K on the Xbox. That defeats the purpose of performance.
I
don't think it's parity clause for performance.
I'm gonna tell you that. But think about it. Do you really want to show the minority console, the one that nobody rarely has, right? Just fucking hammering and showing you a huge difference, making the Series S version look like shit? No, you won't, because everybody owns the S, not an X.
Yeah,
so think about it.
But here's the thing.
I think
you it's like saying you have a Mustang V6 and then you got the GT500, but you don't really want to make the GT500 that good because you don't want to make people who majority owns the V6 feel like shit on the road.
That's literally what
Xbox
not how
it is. Like, listen, if you bought the S, I think logically, if you bought the Series S for $300 and right next to it is the Series X for $500, you have to be a special type of person to not know you are buying an inferior product of the X. You have to be you have to be a little bit, gifted.
No, but here's the thing, Puertorock.
You have to be a special. You don't have to be like, oh, that child's so special. You have to be one of those children.
I get it, but here's the thing.
You're both are right.
They sold you the S as being a 1440p 120 machine. That's their marketing. They sold you as being that. And we know damn well no game on the S Series S does that except old backwards compatibility games.
Yo, guys, I've let you talk. Can I speak?
Yeah,
Can I
go
speak?
Ahead,
Can I just tell you the truth?
me speak.
Like, I don't know
Let me
why.
speak.
I don't know why we're like. Sometimes I listen to you guys and I'm like, God, let me just tell the truth. Here is the only reason. Here's the only reason that you're not getting 60 FPS on the Series X.
Because you can't.
It's because it will look like dog shit. It will have to run at 720p in order to make it, because it's a weak ass inferior console. That is the only fucking reason. Because
bro,
yes,
I got 12T flops, bro.
I agree with you. I
got
agree
12
with you.
T. Got 12 T bags.
Yeah.
like honestly, it's just like, can we just say the truth? Because yes, immediately you think to yourself, okay, if you're running 1440p 30 on the Series S, why aren't you running 4040p 60 on the Series X? And that's because they can't get to 1440p 60, and it's already come out that the 4K mode is 1296p. That's the 4K mode. So what would it be at 60? It would be less than 720. And Phil Spencer was like, no.
Was 19 seconds. It was the frames per second was down to 19 frames a second.
So listen. The Xbox Series X is an inferior piece of shit. All right, stop saying that it's more powerful on paper than anything. And I already told you months ago. I put out a tweet that said that the Series S is their platform. The Series X was a mistake. It is holding them back, because if they had only released the Series S, then everybody would look at 1440p 30 and be content. They will be grateful. They'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe they got it running so well on this. The Series X is the biggest error that they made, because nothing about Game Pass and the Game Pass model. And let me just say, if you're an Xbox fan and you're listening, this is what you deserve. I want you to know that I don't even want you to get 30 frames per second. I want you to get 24. All right, you don't deserve any more because you don't pay for this thing. And if you don't pay for it, you don't get to demand anything. If you don't demand anything, you take whatever you get, which means that those 6 extra frames shouldn't even belong to you.
It was a gift.
Bethesda.
It's a gift.
Exactly. It's literally like a baker's dozen. You're getting 6 extra frames for free. All right. Be thankful that they can give you a game at less than 1440p at 30 frames per second on the world's most powerful scam. All right. Take what you get. Take it. You're already paying for it.
All right. Shout out to we do some super chats. Nuts on Chin. He says, I hear FF9 remake is real. PS5 exclusive. I keep hearing multiple rumors. I heard FF10 might be remade. Now 9. To be honest, the one Final Fantasy that should be that deserves a full remake is Final Fantasy 6. I would say out of all of them, that definitely I would love to see that. JFK TV, thank you so much for super chat. Says, I don't have anything to say. Wait, if I say I have nothing to say, I just said something. So that immediately makes anything I say untrustworthy. Good gosh.
Oh, by the way, I can tell you when you're gonna get ray tracing on the Series X. Pentiment 2. That's when they'll get you ray tracing in game. Don't worry about it.
So now
when you're playing books.
So now with this 30 FPS damage control, so we already got this is one example, right? I'm gonna show you like the damage control. So now Starfield 30 FPS outcry is overblown. Here's why. We don't want to sacrifice any of this. So this article talks about how important the game is, the creative vision. And right here, the thing is, Starfield's gameplay doesn't need to run at 60 FPS to be enjoyable. Just look at something like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which launched at critical acclaim and also runs at 30 FPS. That's because it doesn't have a choice. You're talking about 2017 mobile hardware. But anyway, look at this article to damage control this, and look how they used to be. Assassin's Creed Valhalla frame rate hints at a bigger next-gen problem. The new game may only run at 30 FPS on Xbox Series X and PS5, which speaks to the wider issue of diminishing returns in next-gen visual. So now in this article, they talk about how it's disappointing, 60 frames, smoother experience. Yo, it's crazy, bro. All this damage control. This is like an example of the 180 of what we've seen in this community. Like, yo, I've never seen such a big 180. I'm probably one of the most... I remember just hearing podcasts, like after podcasts, saying like the biggest jump is the frame rate. Like that's literally the main thing that differentiates itself for this gen. It's the 60 frames.
The biggest problem that I have with this crap is that they don't even offer you a VRR mode. Like,
No,
yes, it doesn't hit 60 all the time.
nothing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't hit 4K all the time. That's fine.
That's the point
Give
of
them
VRR.
a VRR mode.
VRR will take
give
care
them,
of it.
Let them fucking go crazy. Who cares?
Like, yo, this is bugged out, bro. All right. So any more on the topic?
Puertorock, didn't the Xbox dudes and the executives was talking about how the X Series X has all this technology just baked in the chip, and how the developers are not going to be able to? They're not going to have to do anything. It's just going to work. I mean, I remember all the fanboys saying this stuff.
All I remember, shit was 26 T-flops with ray tracing cores and shit. I don't fucking know. Like, yo, this shit was wild with all this shit. Now they can't, it's bugged out. Now the thing can't even do performance mode. All this shit, mesh shaders, VR tier 2, yo, they were talking some of the weirdest shit, right? And now they can't even do something as simple as a performance mode. Like, and the crazy part is they're trying to make it seem like adding a performance mode competes with quality mode. Like, no, you just do both.
Exactly.
If you want the best visuals, period, then play 4K 30. You're good. But why deny people who want to have a preference for performance? That doesn't take away nothing. Yo, this shit is wild.
You know what I've learned about Xbox fans? Is that they refuse to demand better from Microsoft, but they will demand worse from Sony.
Absolutely.
When it comes to this damage control, they are demanding that PlayStation games now also only run at 30 frames per second.
Like, no. Fuck no.
They was just poking fun at Spider-Man 2 for the trailer running at 30 frames a second, and then the very fucking next day they find out Starfield is 30 frames. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. I don't want to. And here's the thing: if you want the very best visuals, that's fine. That's literally quality mode. But for the rest of us that wants performance mode, you gotta have performance mode. And me, I'm over the top. I just don't want performance mode. I want that VRR high frame rate. That's literally why I bought an HDMI 2.1 compliant TV, because I want all those bells and whistles. So I'm trying to go above basic performance mode. You know, I want all developers to start using VRR to its max. Unlock the sucker. You got VRR, you got high frame rate, we unlocking the bitch. Let the console do what it does. Don't worry, VRR will ensure you at least get a smooth experience. You know, why play at 30 when you could fucking play at 50? So play at 50 frames. You'll be good. It's better than 30.
But Puertorock,
crazy.
Starfield is so ambitious. And then when I say, okay, well, what about Redfall? That's trash. You know, they'll come with all kind of fucking excuses. It just literally makes no sense. But that tells me this, and I've been saying this for years. Xbox fans, their gaming habits is whatever Phil and the executives tell them it is.
All right. So so let me play this video. So I'm gonna have everybody look at this. So the topic is this. Now all of a sudden, Digital Foundry is is alluding to saying that they were told the Xbox Series X is actually the next gen refresh of the Xbox Series console.
The mid-gen free. Yep.
Which I think is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. But we're gonna listen to them. Let me just mute so that way the chat can hear it. Listen to this, chat. Right, you let me know what you think about this. Tell me what you think. They're not hearing anything? Hold up. Y'all didn't hear anything? Oh, wait a minute. So then I can't lock this on. All right. Hold on, guys. Hold up. All right.
You muted the entire stream.
Hold on.
So, the Series S is the equivalent of the 1S from the last generation, and Series X is the equivalent of the 1X. It's just you're getting both of them at the same time at launch.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and obviously there was quite a long discussion we had about the problems of creating a new console that's meaningfully different from the current one, given
what was
price
that?
constraints. Alex, your thoughts on this one?
I'm with Phil Spencer. Walk into a store and buy these machines, and even then it still can be a little bit sketchy in terms of whether you get one.
There you go,
I think also Microsoft told us this back when we saw the Series X for the first time, that the Series X is their mid-gen refresh. They just decided to do it like ahead of time, I guess you could say. The Series S is what they consider like the standard machine, and then Series X is like, that's getting ahead of the cart there, and this is what you might get from a mid-gen console. And I think, even with all the talk around Starfield and 30 FPS, I don't really think that's necessarily a limitation in the machine. That's just Bethesda doing Bethesda things. It's a great box, and we're still waiting for it to get truly fully utilized by developers and come into its own.
To clarify the S and X thing, obviously last generation we had an S and an X console, and I think they just transplanted that across to the current generation. So, the Series S is the equivalent of the 1S from the last generation, and Series X is the equivalent of the 1X. It's just you're getting both of them at the same time at launch.
Exactly.
So, and obviously there was quite a long discussion we had about the problems of creating a new console that's meaningfully different from the current one, given price constraints. Alex, your thoughts on this one?
What do you think about that? I'm gonna say my points in the end. What do you guys? We'll start. We'll go take it from the top. Call me Joe J. What do you think about that?
I think it's crazy. Not that the Series X is their mid-gen refresh, essentially, based on what John Linneman said there, but the fact that if the Series X wouldn't have existed, the Series S was their next-gen console. Like, that is the craziest part to me. There would have been such a huge power disparity between the PS5 and the Series S if the X didn't exist. So I think it's fucking crazy. I don't really have much to say other than that, so I'll let someone else speak on it.
All right. Extreme. What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, sometimes it's a burden. It's a burden to be right. What did I tell you guys? The Series X doesn't belong in this conversation. If Microsoft had just released the Series S, everybody would know what your spec performance was. They never would have made any claims about being the most powerful console, and everybody would have thought of it sort of like a Switch. It's something that is underpowered from the get-go, so you understand that you will have underpowered experiences. Now, this whole nonsense about it being the mid-gen refresh, my question is this: why didn't you say this information 3 years ago? You would think if you had an exclusive scoop like that, you would have.
You stole my thunder.
Right?
You stole my thunder.
Right?
You literally stole my thunder.
If you have an exclusive scoop like that, you would think you would have let the people know 3 years ago what was going on.
So do you think it's genuine? Do you think it's genuine? You think what they're saying is genuine?
I think
that they were told this 3 years ago.
I think it is damage control no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah.
Number one,
damage control. But do you think they're being honest, or do you think they made this shit up?
I think they were told that.
I think they were told that. And I think that if Microsoft did come out with a mid-gen refresh like an Xbox Series Z or whatever, then they would also jump on it and champion it and then disregard everything that they just said now. Because these people, I'm not going to say they are paid by Microsoft like Microsoft gives them money, but Microsoft gives them access and therefore controls the success of that channel.
But technically, that's money, because if you give them exclusive access to technology and games, that leads to views to their channel, which results in money. So it is technically money. It's just not direct cash. You know? You don't think they're pissed off they couldn't get the PS5 review on their channel? Sony's like, why the hell we're gonna give you 2-3 million views on your shit when we could get 2-3 million views on our own shit?
Exactly. So listen, I have not trusted Digital Foundry. First of all, I wasn't around. Like, I'm new to this community, the whole Twitterverse and everything. Right. So I wasn't around watching like Digital Foundry since like 2011 or whenever they started. So they got onto my radar when the next gen consoles were coming out. And as soon as they started talking about teraflops and just repeating Microsoft's talking point, I was like, no. Like, you don't do this with any other piece of electronics. You don't take a single specification on the spec list and then make that the entire, the entire thing by which you're going to judge performance. You don't do it for cameras. You don't do it for TVs. You don't do it for cell phones. You don't do it for anything else. Like, there are people, PC gamers especially, they'll love this. They literally pour their heart out over, like, not just CPU count or how many cores he has, but the speed and the frequency at which it is running and the technology behind it and the backend architecture and how long it will be on that generation and the motherboard they're going to use. Like, they use so much in order to determine the best build for them. The fact that we console gamers are just supposed to accept that teraflops is the entire performance, like, be all and end all. Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. So when I saw them repeat this thing, I was like, these guys cannot be trusted, and then they've never disappointed to disappoint me, so that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, J-Dub, what do you think?
All right. I'm going to tell you now. I think Microsoft did tell them that at one point in time. It could have been Matt Booty. It could have been any of the other riffraffs over there at Microsoft. I don't believe that these guys are just making that up out of thin air. But I do blame them for taking this amount of time to tell us. It's 3 fucking years later. And I remember Digital Foundry when they was doing the breakdown between the X Series X before these consoles launched. They were laughing at the PS5. They were laughing at the variable clocks. They were giggling and snickering and stuff and saying, the X Series X definitely more powerful, yada, yada, yada. And then the consoles launched. And then we saw the performance gap. And then we saw the games. And then these guys have been quiet ever since. And they've been trying to find various ways to downplay PlayStation's success and upplay or dismiss Xbox's blunders. Even when they were talking about this whole Starfield, they're saying it in a way where they're making it okay for this 12 T-flop system that they hyped up. They broke it down. They took you can look at your screen. They took the console apart and they were just so excited and everything. Microsoft sent them that. They flew them to Redmond, Washington to check it out early, ahead of time. So clearly they get the perks of that. But Digital Foundry they're to blame. They're partially to blame for this as well because they're the tech analyst guys. And not one single time did they ask the question that we all want to know. What happened to the T-flops? Why is Sony able to get more performance out of its console, even though on paper it's supposed to be a drastic difference, right? A leap, as they call it. And here it is 3 years later, and they have no answer for that. And so now they're trying to downplay 30 frames, saying, "Oh, it's okay," or they'll do what the average Joe Blow Xbox gamer do it. Well, I got a PC. I'll just play it on PC. Well, you're not fixing the problem. You hyped up a console. You're a console gamer. Anybody can fucking jump on their PC and play it. That's not the argument that we're having here. We're talking about consoles. And so these guys are partially to blame for it. I think they finally decided to come out with that information for more headlines, more clicks, and stuff like that. And again, they're partially to blame. But ultimately, it relies on the manufacturer. If the manufacturer can't get their own first-party studios to wring the power out of their console, nobody's going to do it. No third party's going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. And I think at the end of the day, Game Pass is that limiting factor. You can't expect much when you're getting it for free in a cheap service, and I think that's Microsoft's signal and nod to gamers. It's like, hey, it's not like you paid $70 for all of these games. I mean, even Starfield, it's not like you paid $70 for it. I've seen people talk about Redfall. Yeah, Redfall is a dud. It's okay, but I didn't pay money for it, and I think that's their saving grace. That's their I guess saving themselves from getting the L. It's the fact they didn't spend any money on it.
Right. So what I really want to focus on is this statement that mid-gen refresh. Because one, it doesn't make sense to me. Because mid-gen refresh is literally in the word middle of the gen. You're gonna go into the middle of the gen, and then at that time you're gonna have better hardware. So you're gonna try to up the specs at that point, so you can have superior hardware as compared to what you launch with. Now, they're trying to make the claim that the Series S is like the equivalent of the Xbox One or the Xbox One S, and that the Series X is like the Xbox One X. The problem is, you release both consoles at the same time, so towards the middle of the gen, you're going to have better hardware than the Series X. So, and here's the real question. If they got that info at the time of this video, and they were told that, oh yeah, this is our mid-gen refresh, how were they not skeptical on the performance of the console? Because I would have been like, whoa, wait a minute, what you talking about? So you're telling me, like, what are you guys, like, I would be like, wait a minute, this is weird. Like, do you guys even know what you're doing? Like, now 3 years later, they want to break out. Oh yeah, we would tell you that it's like the mid-gen refresh. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? Are you trying to say, just like what just like what Jay said, are you saying that Series S was the actual next generation console? Is that what you really were trying to say? Right? And here's the thing. If you did know this knowledge, how the hell did you not temper all the hype on power, performance, whatever, when you know that the Series S is the actual main focus of Xbox? Because if you were to tell me Series X is technically a mid-gen refresh, and Series S is the console main, I would be like, then hold up. Because just like the Xbox One S, that was primarily the main console that was primarily the generation for Xbox. The Xbox One X, while more powerful, wasn't the majority. And because of that, no one's really going to put that much effort on the minority group of console owners, which is the One X. The same thing's going to happen. So I would have been like, hold up now.
Puertorock, you're thinking about it in a smart way. Let me explain to you in the dumb way of thinking about it. You know how they were thinking about it? They thought to themselves, the Series S is going to compete with the PlayStation 5. So when they told them this is a mid-gen refresh, they thought to themselves, wow, Microsoft is again one step ahead of even that. They thought to themselves, since the Series X is technically the mid-gen refresh of something that is already competing with the PlayStation 5, then there is no way it will not be better than PlayStation 5. You see, they thought that Microsoft was one step ahead, which is a dumb way of thinking about it, yes, but that's how they saw it. Because if you remember, we were told how many times that the Series S is actually more powerful than the PlayStation 5 when you consider the velocity architecture, the ALLM, the DVD, the Blu-ray, the cassette tape, and all of the other word salads that we were fed. Remember sample feedback streaming? People were like, sample feedback streaming means that the 40% GPU... Dude, that's exactly how they saw it. They thought to themselves, Microsoft has delivered both the competitor to the PS5 and the superiority over that competitor itself. That's it.
That's fucking insane, bro.
It is insane, but that's how you got to think about it.
I think the fact that the X Series X is 12 T flops, and then the Xbox Series S is 4 T flops. I think the fact that they thought, well, this system is 3 times more powerful, so we'll be able to get everything we can out of just one generation, and then we'll just go from there. I think because Digital Foundry and Microsoft, they really touted that fucking T flop. We heard that
And
shit
that's the
day
crazy
in and
part.
day
You
out.
hardly heard anything about the Series S. The Series S, they didn't do a Series S
Exactly.
breakdown like this.
No, they didn't.
nobody
Exactly.
gave a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
When
Exactly.
we saw this,
It was afterthought. It was afterthought.
Yeah.
They showed
And
it after.
now you're trying to tell me, oh no, that's the main focus.
Yeah.
You didn't. You
Yeah,
sure
when we
as
saw
hell didn't
the-
present it that way.
When we saw the S, we thought that was like, oh, they're just making this cheap console.
Cash
they're-
grab.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
For the cash grab that people don't really want to pay $500 for console, they got a cash grab.
This is the sad reality that I'm seeing from all of this, right? What this is all telling me, at least from what I've seen, all the data that I know, is that Microsoft's ambitions were way, way lower than what PlayStation's were. And when, I guess, because these company knows what each other is doing behind closed doors, they know what the next console is and whatnot, right? Or what the specs are. I think that Microsoft went too crazy thinking, oh, the Series S is just fine. And they saw the PlayStation, they're like, oh, fuck! We gotta talk with AMD to make something that's powerful to fucking,
Look at this shit. I remember they were showing this bullshit to us.
It's just crazy. I feel like their ambitions were like way, way too low compared to what PlayStation was doing when it comes to next generation. And they screwed up.
This shit's crazy, bro. And now they're like, yo, the one thing is like this, right? It just seems like this gen, they keep rewriting the standards because Xbox can't keep up.
Yep.
And I'm just sorry. That's just how my perception of the stuff is, right? That is always something new to lower the standard, so that way Microsoft can have some level, Xbox can have some level of competition. Instead of holding the standard high and force Microsoft to reach, at a minimum, at least reach the bare minimum standard, they keep lowering the bar, and they're trying to drag PS5, just like, Extreme said, they want Sony to worse. Oh yeah, Sony's going to be stuck at 30 frames. We went from, PlayStation 5 is going to be the 30 frame per second console, that's garbage, to now, oh yeah, it's going to do it too, it's got to. Like, whoa.
Dude, these guys were saying years ago that the Series S was going to do more 60 frames than the PS5.
You see,
like,
I told you.
I think Extreme is right on the money. Microsoft should come out tomorrow and just be like, yo, we're not touching the Series X no more. Like, that console's done. We're just gonna focus on. We're gonna be the middle of the ground console gaming experience. PlayStation will be the high end. We'll be the mid around in a circle, and then Switch can be the low end. Like, just be that, because, dude, they can't catch a break. They keep getting back to back bad news, and a lot of it is from the Series S. I mean the X. Sorry, the X. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think because the Series S, even though it's the main console or it's the one that everybody has. I just think that it's such a bad look when your flagship, the most powerful system, isn't doing what it was promised to do, and it's just getting beat left and right by the competition. And the fact that you have to hide behind a fucking Nintendo Switch, as far as the reason why 30 frames is okay in 2023 going on 2024. I think that speaks volumes, and I'm gonna be honest. You can be an Xbox guy, but you gotta have fucking common sense. You saw this shit coming. This is no news to anybody else. But the whole mid-gen refresh, I'm gonna be honest. If Sony drops a mid-gen refresh, I mean, what the fuck is Xbox gonna do? Yep. If they already fucking smoking 12 T flops, imagine Microsoft. Imagine PlayStation with 18 T flops, right?
Yo, Jado.
I still see that Sony's not going to release some mid-gen, especially now after this.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they shouldn't have to.
They have no
competition.
These companies know what each other is doing behind the scenes. If PlayStation was making a real mid-gen upgrade, Xbox would do one as well.
This info probably would have never came out.
Yeah. So, listen, there's no world in which Xbox allows PlayStation to have a more powerful system on paper, for those people that are dumb enough to care about those things. without putting forward one of their own. Because all they do is just add more hardware to it. They don't think about the whole thing holistically. They just think to themselves, okay, what is a metric that we can just throw out there to say that we have more of this? You know, if it hadn't been teraflops, it would have been the 52 CUs. Like there would have been something else that they would have chosen as their metric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Microsoft was the first person to come out. They talked about, they pushed the T-flop narrative. They pushed the ray tracing, the 25 T-flop built-in ray tracing cores. They pushed all of the buzzwords. They pushed that. And yet not a single game that they make shows any of that. And I guess that's the whole crux of it all. That's just the whole laughable part of it all. It's like you guys went out there, jumped on the 120 in the 60 frame minimum bandwagon. You guys talked about the T-flop. Sony just sat back and shut the fuck up and say that we're just going to try to make some great games and develop some hardware that's easy for the developers so they can be creative.
Their marketing reflects, like, you know, who they were speaking to. Mark Cerny was speaking to developers on the conferences. Yeah, like, we saw it, right? But Mark Cerny's like, this is not for y'all dumbasses that buy our shit. This is for developers that make the shit that you play the console on. Xbox was talking to the fanboys. Hey, bro, 12 T. Remember T-flops? The series 1X. We got 12. What's up? We got 26 with ray tracing. You know, 120. All this.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the last generation we're gonna see hardware, mainline consoles from Xbox. It's reflected in the sales numbers. The fact that they're doubling down on the Series S and not the X is telling you where they're going. The fact that they're trying to spend $70 billion to buy Blizzard Activision to put games inside their service and cloud and mobile and everything else, that's just where they're going. And they're Phil Spencer came out. Phil Spencer came out 2 weeks ago and told you that they can't compete with Sony and Nintendo.
No. They will make another console. I just don't think that they're going to try to make a Series.
Their streaming stick.
I think they're just going to make a Series S level console. And
they're just going to be like, they're going to agree with that as well. Back to one console. They're not going to do the two console anymore because
and they're not going to try to compete on power. They're just going to be like, if you want high end, you go Sony. PC. But if you just want
PC,
they will say PC exactly.
The thing is, they haven't talked about power themselves in a long time.
I'll say this: I don't see.
They're sort of. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see Microsoft at this point relying on streaming to make up for console sales because it's still not there yet. Like
they don't. But Puertorock, they don't even have console sales now. The last numbers they gave us was 18 million.
But it's more. But it's still more than streaming. I ask one simple question to every Xbox gamer that hypes the streaming. I just ask one simple question, and I have yet to get an answer. And I just ask them on their friends list, who on their friends list do they play with? That's an Xbox gamer that doesn't have a PC or console that is strictly a cloud gamer, and not a single Xbox gamer said this person. Not Kid Smooth, nobody. Not Tim Dog, nobody. There is nobody on anyone's friends list where there is that one gamer who plays with them, but they don't have a PC or Xbox. They strictly rely on their TV or phone or whatever. And they're like, nah, I went completely hardwareless. I am strictly cloud. Not one.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you ask, hey, how many of you use cloud? Sure. They say, yeah, I play on cloud. But make no mistake, they still got hardware in the house. They're just playing cloud when it's convenient. It's just a convenience. When they're not home and they don't want to grab their Series X, they're here, they're there, or even when they are home, but they only have one TV and the wife or the kids are watching TV, so they hop on cloud to make up for it's pretty much a makeup session. When I don't have access to hardware, then I will settle for the cloud. Or if I'm at work and I don't actually want to work, or I'm at school and I actually don't want to learn shit, I play on cloud. But an actual dedicated cloud gamer that has no hardware, I have not met that person in gaming, period. Well, most of these cloud gamers, they have hardware always. So in the sense of Xbox, right? they're gonna sell consoles because that is still more than the cloud gamers. But the question is, how would they shape the future of consoles? I think Series S being more successful than the Series X, and all this, like right now, if I was Microsoft, the power narrative isn't really hurting them because no one we're the shit talkers, right? We're the shit talkers. Yeah. So I think the power narrative is a shit talking conversation for the console war. But what I think is really, really hurting them is just the quality games. That's really what's hurting them, right? Getting access to the quality games, right? So if they produce the quality games, even if it's at 1440p 30, that is much successful than having 4K 60 but no games. Right? Yeah. So I think they're going to focus more on pushing the quality games, but pushing consoles where they're finally not getting hammered with revenue loss. So they'll be like, you know what? We're going to give you a modest console. It's cheap, affordable, Game Pass, and you got lots of games. And we're done with trying to compete with Sony. We're not going to have conversations of super hardware and all this stuff because it doesn't work. Doesn't work. It doesn't work.
What we do know is that it came out a couple of weeks ago via the analysts when they were reporting the NPD numbers and all that stuff, is that there's 15 million PC Game Pass subscribers. And Microsoft has already said they're at around like 28 million. So automatically, you already have more PC gamers on Game Pass than you do consoles. Yeah. That trend is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's going to be a point where it's not going to even be, because Microsoft themselves said that they lose $100 to $200 off of each console. So at the point where you have enough Game Pass subscribers to get rid of the actual console, I think they would probably make that jump.
Yeah, but what if instead of trying to make an Xbox Series X, you just make a modest console? Like, what if they didn't have a Series X? They wouldn't be losing as much money. If it was just a Series S,
that's my entire point.
I'm gonna tell you, but the reason the Series S sold, besides the price, is because it was marketed as a 1440p 120 machine. So most people at that time was like, well, shit, I don't even have 4K TV. So I game on PC at 1440p. So this is great. I'm gonna just give me a Series S, save my money, and then I can get the external drive and stuff like that, right? It just made sense if they're selling you a 1440p machine. But, right, and that's a but. It did not turn out to be a 1440p machine. In a 120 machine, it just didn't turn out to be that way. And we all see the shortcomings of the Series S. So now looking back, I think gamers probably would have made a different decision.
Yeah, but look at the timing. At the time, it was about technology. We were still in the technology conversation, going from PS4 to PS5. We are no longer, at least for Xbox, that's not the conversation no more. What is the conversation of Xbox now?
Game Pass.
Good. So now, if the conversation is Game Pass, what makes more sense? Getting Game Pass with a console that costs $300, or getting Game Pass with a console that costs $500-$600? It's just like what Extreme says.
I agree.
That's just what Extreme says. It doesn't make sense to hype a low-costing value product and combine it with an expensive hardware. It doesn't make sense. It's like saying, hey, buy this $1,000 product, but you're going to play iPhone level games. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't match, right?
No, I agree. We all agree.
But if you're pushing Game Pass and you're accompanying it with a modest hardware, that technically right now is more successful than the power boost. Because really, Xbox right now is not about power. It's not about nothing. That conversation is dead. Right? And, and as you can see, they're damage controlling 30 frames. Everybody's damage controlling it.
You're right. Here's the thing, though, Puertorock, and I think most of us haven't even looked at it like this. If you look at all of those games that Microsoft got coming out, that they pushing out, most of them are like cartoony type games, right? Like your Avowed, your CFD. All of them, I'm not saying they're not pushing any kind of scope of like what Sony's doing, right? They're not doing that. They don't, and I think they make games the way they make for a reason. It's so they can be scalable, around the different platforms and stuff like that.
Yo,
And
J-Dub, you finally brought the conversation to something I wanted to talk about. Listen, the one thing I have hated this week, especially because we didn't have a podcast last week, is that we didn't get to talk about the Xbox showcase. Okay? We didn't get to talk about it. And I hated this 30 frames narrative because I think that it took away from what is truly important. And that is that Starfield looks like garbage. Okay, can we just go back?
Game. All of the
Can we
games
just go back to the fact that we are gamers? All of this,
Listen,
where we analyze the industry, that's fun.
To be fair,
Starfield looks like garbage.
Listen, to be fair, I enjoy. I'm looking forward to Starfield. I played Fallout 3. I played Fallout
she was
Vegas.
capping.
All the DLC.
You're just talking shit.
You know what I'm saying? I played them all.
The fact that you play these garbage games proves that you're human and God didn't make
No,
it
listen. You can say what
Okay.
you want. You can say what you want, right? But the reality is,
it's fine. It's fine.
No, what I'm saying is the reality is though, right? If Starfield, from a gameplay perspective, provides the same experience as Fallout, it's gonna be a big hit. It's gonna sell a lot. And it's played just like Skyrim, Fallout, all that stuff.
We'll sell it.
The biggest thing about Starfield
I don't think the financial success of this game is
free. It's free if you got Game Pass. That's the biggest thing.
Well, besides that, yeah.
But
no harm, no harm.
I just want to talk as a gamer.
I was saying, even as a gamer, right? There's not a lot of Western RPGs that does what these Bethesda Western RPGs do. They're very good. They're very good at storytelling and stuff like that. What do you mean, thank God? They're huge. Listen, I said this. Sony's fucked when it comes to Western RPGs. They got nothing. What they got? You cannot use Horizon Zero Dawn as a counter. Not even close, because Horizon Zero Dawn does not provide that experience these Western RPGs provide. It's two different things.
I'm gonna be. Can I be honest with you for a second, brother?
But hold up. To give you a warning. To give you a warning. All right. To give you a warning, right? I beat Fallout 3 and all the DLC. I beat Fallout New Vegas and all the DLC. I beat Oblivion, all the DLC. I beat Skyrim, all the DLC. So I am talking literally from a gameplay experience. I even played Elder Scrolls Online. Put 400 hours into that. I'm talking from direct experience. Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not saying that one game's better than the other. I'm just saying Horizon Zero Dawn does not fill that need of what these games bring to the table.
Let me tell you what perspective I'm coming from, right? And maybe this will make sense from my end. As a person who's played all of Bethesda games, as a person who's probably put more hours into Fallout 4 than most, as a person who's played fucking Skyrim in VR, out of VR, on fucking Switch, on fucking everything, right? I'm gonna be honest. It's 2023, and they're not doing. And maybe I'll get backlash for this, but they're not doing anything next generation to me outside of what they did in the past. I expect next generation graphics. I expect next generation gameplay and other stuff, and not fucking collecting a million sandwiches and setting it on the table and coming back 3 months to see him there. I expect the high-end fidelity feel, the growth that we went from Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 and all of this to a new generation. This is truly breathtaking. I'm not talking about the scale about, the superficial stuff. A lot of people like the superficial stuff, especially the modders and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about a tangible next generation game with graphics, gameplay, and all of the above. And I'm just not in the concessions that I have to make for Starfield, knowing that it's the same engine that Fallout 4 was, it's the same engines that is just modified. It's just how truly, it's not like you built the engine from scratch and you're starting over for it, next gen build from the ground up. And this is why they lie to us all the time. Every single game, every single Forza, every single Bethesda game, this is from the ground up, built from the ground. No, it's not. You're using the same fucking engine. We see the same jank that we saw, in the previous games, and so on and so on and so on. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna be there day one, right? It's Game Pass. It costs me little or nothing to do, but I expect more. And maybe my expectation is higher. But why shouldn't it be? Why should I just say, oh, it's Bethesda game? It's always buggy. They're always like that. They don't never make graphically demanding games. Like, it's 2023. Why not? You got 12 T-flops. You got 100 T-flops and video cards for the PC market. Why not? Why not use that same logic that we use for everybody else's game and apply it to Bethesda in their games? That's like
well, to be fair, we haven't played the game yet, so we don't know.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. But
I'm only going by what was shown. You're right.
We can't be Twitch gamers. We got to play the game to actually know exactly what we got in our hands, right?
No. I agree.
I'm not gonna do this.
We are gonna do this because I'm gonna say this.
No, you're not gonna do this. Because this is the same excuse that they tried to use for Redfall. When I told you that Redfall was garbage, because I could see the garbageness of it, and it turned out to be garbage. Okay. Starfield is going to be at best a mediocre experience. At best, it is a PC game that you can play on Xbox.
Did you play Redfall?
No. What would
okay, don't talk about it. Don't talk about games you don't play.
I streamed the hour of it. I streamed the hour of it on my channel live.
I'm gonna say this.
It's garbage.
I'm gonna say this.
Why can't you just say it's garbage? We've seen the game.
I'm gonna say this, right? J-Dub likes Godfall, and Godfall is definitely not a next-gen experience in any way. It is to me. There is nothing.
I'm gonna tell you. There is. Puertorock played it together. I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you.
It was 60 frames a second. It was 60 frames a second. It had ray tracing. It had instant loading. It had next generation features.
There is nothing in that game that told me this couldn't be done on the PS4. And then what? Didn't they announce it? That's coming to the PS4. I'm like, I know.
They did.
Yeah, they never did.
And I knew it. Because I'm like, when I played this game, I'm like, this is not all. This is. Yo, this shit could run on the PS3.
Hey, no whataboutisms. No whataboutisms. Let's go back to Starfield. Starfield is garbage. Let's talk about it.
Right? You didn't answer. You didn't answer what I said right about Godfall. It had the next generation features. It had your ray tracing. It had the frames mode. You can get to 120 to 60. It had all instant loading. Listen, hold on. It had 60. It had the frames. It had the ray tracing. It had the instant loading. Listen, those are next generation features, right? No matter if the game is dog shit or what, right? Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying though?
Listen, J-Dope.
Okay, go ahead.
Not a single thing you mentioned made the game good. Nothing. I'd rather play. I'd rather play Bloodborne in 2014 at 30 frames, the way it is, than Godfall. Godfall did nothing.
It did nothing for you. And I'm okay with that.
It's not a next gen game. All they did was it was not a next gen game. It's not a next gen game. It's terrible.
I'm going to agree with you in this aspect. You felt like it wasn't a next generation game and it was dog shit to you, right? I enjoyed the game and I loved the next generation features. And I named those next generation features. Now, I'm not arguing whether you like the game or not, because our taste in games, can be different all the time, right? We played it together. But what I'm saying is even that dog shit game, if you call it dog shit, even that dog shit game for you had next generation features that was advertised for the next generation consoles. So why will we give Bethesda a pass for that when a dog shit game like Godfall, like you say, has those things? I just don't understand that. Why are we giving them a pass for having?
There's a confusion. There's a confusion happening. You guys are confused.
You can't. Here's the thing. You're saying why are we giving them a pass? The game is not out yet, so technically there's no judgment.
Okay, this is what J-Dub, you made your point. You fell on Godfall. I don't know why you decided to go that way.
It doesn't have
let me go forward.
It doesn't have the frame. It doesn't have none of that. That's just at bare minimum.
No. Listen, J-Dub. I don't want to talk about features.
Is Gotham Knight a next gen game?
Oh my god! This is what we're talking about. Features.
I don't know.
Can we just talk about Starfield?
Listen. Hold on.
I didn't play it. I didn't play it.
Listen, Gotham Knight's literally next gen only. You can't play it on last gen console. So is Gotham Knight a next gen game?
You played it. I didn't.
Okay.
I literally just said
But I'm just asking, is it a next gen game?
If you say it's next gen only, then absolutely.
It's not.
It's only 30 frames though. There's no 60 frame performance. None of that.
Then no wonder I didn't play it.
You see what I'm saying?
Can we move back to my point?
I mean, you got nothing from I got nothing from that as far as what we're talking about. I'm only saying that
I think
if you don't have all of these next generation features, and it's 2023, and you're still riding on the coattail of games from the 360 era. I'm just saying, shouldn't the expectation be a little bit higher than just saying, well, it's, it seemed like everybody just gives Bethesda the benefit of the doubt.
But the thing is, though, here's the thing: we have not played the game yet to see.
No, P-Rock. No, stop doing this excuse, man. Are you serious? Are you serious?
That change the fact that it's 30 frames a second. It's not 4K. It's not instant loading.
You gotta let me in, man. This is a fight between my brother and me here. Alright, I gotta break his knees real quick.
You can't. You didn't play any of the games.
My God.
So listen, I'm on the boxing ring. Sit your ass in the audience. You bought a ticket. Sit the fuck down. You're not in the ring. You don't train. You don't box. You don't practice. You don't spar. You literally have an HBO ticket. So just watch. Just watch. All I'm saying is...
You're going to call me a movie gamer.
Listen, all I'm saying is, right? All I'm saying is realistically, we have not played the game to see what more they have done.
That is a pathetic excuse. That is a pathetic excuse. It's the same excuse that they tried to do for Redfall. Remember when Ramon was on here and he's like, oh, it looks like it could be fun? It looks like it could be fun? And I told him that it was dog shit because I looked at the gameplay that they provided themselves and I said it's dog shit because it was dog shit.
I want to know how is actually playing the games a dog shit excuse? How is basing opinion on
No. Playing the game is not a dog shit excuse. But saying that we cannot tell that it's garbage because we haven't played it yet, that's dog shit. Because otherwise, why do they show us the trailers? Why did they show it to us? Why did they give us a breakdown? They gave us a gameplay, and it was no fun to be had in that game. It looked like garbage, it ran like garbage, and they told you it's going to perform like garbage. So why is it that I can't call it garbage without having played the garbage? It's fucking garbage.
If you look at all the trailers on all the previous games, right? They show the same exact formula.
I don't care about the previous games. I care about this one.
Fallout 76, the lowest rated game last generation.
Listen, if you look at Skyrim, if you look at Fallout 4, if you look at Elder Scrolls, right? They have. It's not excuses.
You see the excuses.
It's not excuses, right?
You're bringing games from like 25 years ago.
No.
Can we talk about this one?
No, listen. I'm trying to give you context because you don't play these games, so I have to teach you what it is to spar.
I have played Skyrim. I have played Skyrim for 40 hours. I forced myself to play Skyrim, and it was garbage. So I do play the games. I played Prey, garbage. I played Dishonored, much better.
One at a time.
But the point is, I have played these games.
So in other words, you just don't like the game. But if you look at how they present the games, it's always the same shit. It's the same way, right? The whole point is, if you want to know these games, you have to play them. If you look at all the other games, they're not super all that realistic. They're not super all that. People get hyped, but most of the time, the hype is just that the game exists. What really comes down to it is when you start playing the game. That's when it starts getting good. Those games you have to actually play. You're not going to get much out of it from Twitch or you're just watching it. Those games are meant to be played. Those games are pure played experiences.
All games are meant to be played, P-Rock. All games are meant to be played. The point is that when other games show their trailers, with their gameplay trailers, we're able to say, this is awesome. Oh, this is garbage.
Some games have better. Some games look better. Like God of War looks fantastic controllers. Spider-Man.
You know why? Because it's a good game.
Okay.
Because it's a good game.
Other games don't look as well from the trailer until you play them. For example, Forspoken's a good game, but you wouldn't tell from the trailers. It looks like shit. When you look at Forspoken on the trailer, it looks like shit.
I like this Forspoken's trailers. That's why I bought the game day one.
But when you
it looked good on the trailers. The demo was bad. The demo was bad.
You know what I'm saying? Forspoken does not look good from the trailers. They don't. But when you play
you get a feel.
Like Forspoken, you have to play the game. That's the only way. If you look at it from the trailers, it's like, man, this looks like
Forspoken trailers look better than the
You guys are all confused 100%. As fuck. Okay, let me clear the air, okay? So what P-Rock is doing, he's talking from a gameplay standpoint, whereas J-Dub is talking... Hold on. And whereas J-Dub is talking from a technical aspect of it. So J-Dub is saying that from what he saw, which I agree, although Starfield to me looks like a huge improvement over Fallout 4, even 76, they never talked about if it has any next-gen features like instant loading, ray tracing,
it doesn't.
DRS,
they verified
all this other crap.
It has loading screens. It's 30 frames a second.
Yeah, but hold on. If they
It's
had
not
that, they would have
4K.
talked about it. They would have talked about it, right? But they didn't. So I don't expect that game to have those features. So from J-Dub is correct, but you are as well, P-Rock, because I at a bare minimum, Starfield is going to be a great game because all Bethesda games have been great, despite the bugginess and stuff like that. They've all been fantastic.
What?
Yes. Yes, bro.
No.
Okay,
hold on.
Let me ask you. Which Bethesda game have you played?
Skyrim.
Okay, did you beat it?
Oh no, I played it for 40 hours. I forced myself through it.
Yeah, so if you
then I gave up after 40 hours.
Okay.
Do you know why I played it for 40 hours? Because people kept telling me it was great. People just kept telling me over and over that no, you'll find the fun. No, this will get great. Oh, it'll get so good. And then when I saw the bugs and everything else in the story was shit.
Wait, did you play it on PS4?
I played on PS3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you played it
was released on PS3 originally. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, I'm not lying. Oh, good. Yeah, so no, listen. Starfield is going to be a commercially successful game because for whatever reason, it takes otherwise reasonable and smart people like yourselves, you and Puertorock, and it makes you guys into simps. I don't know why it is that you're simping for this game, okay?
Listen,
but that's what it does. That game does not. Okay, what part of Starfield looked fun? Like, what part was it like? Oh, this will be fun.
I'll be real with you, okay? I didn't really watch what the Starfield stuff.
Oh my god! Here we
Hold on.
Your turn.
Wait. From what I saw, which I did see a lot, I saw like 30 minutes of all their presentation. Like the fact that you have tons of planets to explore and they all look completely different.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. Plus all the story bits and the way you can shape your character.
Wait, what story bits?
Hold on.
Which ones?
Just
name one. Name
what
one
are you
story
talking about? The factions, the fact that you're
the factions is not a story bit. That's just a thing that exists. That's not a story bit.
Listen, if you know Bethesda games, the main story isn't really.
So
I know, but he's failing. He's failing hard.
So I'm gonna make
the reason why you play.
I'm gonna put this example. When it comes to Starfield, the expectation I have that game is no different than the expectation I have in Wolverine for Insomniac. I'm using the pedigree of what I know the studio.
There we go.
What I know the studio can do. I have not seen gameplay of Wolverine. We have not seen anything. All we didn't even see Wolverine kill anybody. But I know, based on what Insomniac is capable of doing and how they treat their games, that Wolverine most likely will be a phenomenal experience with zero gameplay, right? Based on their pedigree. Based on the pedigree of what Bethesda software has done. Again, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4, right? That's a lot of games they've done and they put under their belt, right? And each and every single one of those games, I enjoyed how they did the story, the side quests, character development, skill trees, right? Just pretty much the universe they built together, right? Multiple endings and whatever decision making that impact how the story goes. They have done a phenomenal job of the role playing aspect. Like in that game, that is a true example of role playing, right? That's why I said this is something you can't do with like Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever, cannot replace. Because technically speaking, the decision is done for you. You are Aloy. You get to play as her. There is nothing you can do about that, which is fine. I'm not saying that's wrong. That is perfect, right? But when you want something like where it's a true, genuine role-playing game of character development, right? Choices that have consequences, great storyline, right? You interact. So far, all those games had interaction with factions, and you could pretty much determine their fate based on your decision making, right? Yes. The gameplay ain't the best. It ain't to have the best gameplay. The gameplay is pretty simple, to be honest. Gameplay is pretty simple across Elder Scrolls and Fallout. They don't have the most in-depth gameplay, but it is good. But what carries it is that you have a role-playing experience. That's why they do a phenomenal job. They do a phenomenal job of being a Western role-playing game. And the fact that it's so open to interpretation, what you can do, that's pretty incredible. Because no matter what choice you have, so far they've done so more. Anybody who plays those games, everybody has a different. Everybody wants to be, some people create like a barbarian type character or a futuristic this. Like the choices are and the skill trees, you could mold the character any way you want. A melee character, a sword fighting character, a gun character, whatever. The options is endless, right? Almost, it seems like. But yet, no matter what decision you do, it just ends up working in the end. Like the whole story they just find a way to make the whole story just seems good. based on what they've done with the previous games, I expect Starfield to do the same thing. I just need to know how much further they're taking it. I can't answer that question until I play it. No different than I can't tell you how the combat in Wolverine is going to be. But
I want to add
what
to what
I
you're
see
saying.
what Insomniac does, I would imagine Wolverine, that shit's going to hit. The gameplay is going to hit. Especially from what I seen what they did with Spider-Man. I can only imagine what they're going to take with Wolverine.
I mean, they said they're going to have blood. So
okay, before we get
Wolverine a good game. Real quick. I want to add to the Starfield of what he was saying about the pedigree of Bethesda. Another thing is, like, when you're creating your character in older games, based on your race and your attributes, people treat you differently in those games. But something that they've never done to this extent in that they're doing in Starfield is the traits that your character, the things that you pick. Like from what I saw, it looks like it heavily influences what actually happens in the story, so you can replay it multiple times as different characters essentially, and it'll be completely different in a lot of ways, similar to New Vegas was. That's all.
See, now I see in the chat people talking about 476. Fallout 76 is a multiplayer games as a service game. Are you gonna hold factions to the same standards to Naughty Dog single player games? It's too different.
Listen,
pretty much. Pretty much.
I play
pretty fucking much.
Listen,
why not? Pretty fucking much, mate. Yes, I will.
No, that's already wrong because I guarantee Bungie doesn't even get a say on Naughty Dog single player games. Naughty Dog will look at Bungie like, shut the fuck up.
Wait, what Bungie?
Bungie looked at Naughty Dog shit and be like, yeah, that ain't it, Chief. Get your bitch ass back in the kitchen. Try again.
What Bungie said.
But you're actually, am I going to hold it to the same standard?
No, let me tell you exactly what Bungie said. Bungie said that they didn't see a monetization method for that game that they were creating that would keep people coming back after months and months and months.
Exactly.
They couldn't. And not that it was a fucking bad game. It was. Get people keep coming back. This is monetization.
That is the definition. When it comes to gas games, if people don't come back, it's a bad game. It's literally the definition of a bad game. If you don't come back, the game is bad. That's the metric of a gas game. Yeah. The metric of the gas game isn't really super gameplay, game of the year GOTYs. It's whether you come back. If you don't come back, your game is trash. That's the metric of a gas game. The metric of a gas game is not shit talking. It's not gunplay. It's none of that. It's simply can you make people come back and can you keep them there for years? If you can't do that,
I can't believe one more time you are capping for Starfield. I can't believe you're actually doing that. One more time.
Well,
I'm trying to save you from yourself.
We need to have some kind of standard. We need to have a standard because we started in the beginning of the show. We talked about Final Fantasy 16 and it got trashed for fucking having 32 frames in the demo or some shit like that. We were talking about, and all of a sudden now, this game that has no next generation features, and I named them. It doesn't have ray tracing. There's fucking loading screens just like in Fallout, just like in the rest of the game. They've already said it. It doesn't. So that's instant loading is off the table. It doesn't have ray tracing. It doesn't have 4K. It doesn't have fucking performance modes. It has nothing that the next generation metric that we use for all next generation games. It doesn't have that, and nobody's bringing that up. And I don't know why. Why this particular game? Why this particular game we're giving it a pass? I just have no clue.
No, bro,
it is literally not even fun.
Yo, listen.
Wait, you guys are confusing each other.
J-Dub, we literally talking about why the game's locked at 30 frames, so we are not giving it a pass. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're gonna judge a game, it needs to come out. You have to give the final product. It's
Puertorock. You just talked about Final Fantasy 16 demo, and I'm just saying, like, come on, brother, in the game ain't out yet.
But what did I say wrong with Final Fantasy 16?
No, you was talking about the frame rates.
Yeah, I just said I don't want to play a demo, but I got the game pre-ordered. It's not J-Dub. I could understand if I told you, I'm not playing Final Fantasy 16. Then you would have a
Look,
point.
can you stop being a hypocrite for like a second? And let me point out that you say that FoamStars look like garbage when you saw one trailer. Did you say I need to fucking play FoamStars? Like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Listen, Starfield looks like garbage. You don't need to play it. It's fucking garbage. The fun isn't there. Okay, the systems, like, you can build your ship. Looks like you're playing on a PC. It's not made for console. Okay, it's bugs, Tesla. You talk about the freaking legacy of the place. You don't want to mention all the bugs.
I would vision the reason my problem with FoamStars is that really a game for PlayStation, or are we gonna cap and suck PlayStation's penis on anything?
The fuck? What are you doing for Starfield?
Okay, what I'm saying.
Did you say, oh no, I need to wait and play FoamStars? No, you just looked at the trailer and you say, oh my god, this looks like fucking garbage. So why can't you do that for Bethesda? Why can't you just say it?
No, nobody's gonna give you.
Because 15 years ago I was a fucking virgin and I played Obsidian and it fucking changed my life.
What the fuck? Listen, the difference is I don't play goddamn Splatoon. If I play Splatoon all day and I see FoamStars, I would be excited for FoamStars. I would be like, oh shit, now we got a copy of Splatoon.
Bro.
That never happened.
Dude, listen, dude, you are deep quoting Todd Howard.
No,
like, dude,
listen.
he's
No,
got.
they said Puertorock is auditioning for a job with Microsoft. Oh man,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all better hope that game don't get a 90, because I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
You better hope that game gets a 70. You better hope that game gets a 70.
If that game gets a 90, I'll probably never see you on this podcast again, because you know
I'm gonna be here telling you it's fucking garbage, because it fucking is.
The reality is,
read my fucking lips. It's garbage.
Listen, you said you don't like Skyrim, right? That's what you said.
No,
right?
because it was garbage. Also, just so you know.
It's garbage, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So this game right here, I'm gonna show you this game.
Yeah, that one. Yes, the 60 million copies of garbage sold. Yes, that game is garbage. And Starfield is going to be the exact same thing. It's going to sell a lot, and it's still going to be garbage. Because guess what? McDonald's sells a lot of Mac burgers, and they're fucking garbage. So yes, mate, just because something is commercially successful doesn't mean that it's actually a quality product, because it fucking isn't. Because Starfield is fucking garbage. It has no fun. It has systems that is more suited to PC than console. And the only reason that you're trying to cap for it is because you have some kind of fucked up nostalgia for their games. I'm sorry that it robbed you of your virginity. Okay, you can move on now.
Am I showing cells on screen? I'm showing cells?
Yes.
I'm showing cells.
No, you're showing. No.
What am I showing?
Chat. I know what you're showing. Chat.
What are you
Chat, hit the like button.
No, tell Extreme what I'm showing.
Extreme, do you see it, or are you on the audio version of the podcast?
I see. I see the 94. I need to see the 94 Metacritic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 90 plus Metacritic games, right?
They're all wrong. Still garbage.
Do I need to show you how many Game of the Year awards it won?
Go ahead. Still garbage.
I'm gonna warn you.
Go ahead.
If you open that door, you just open the door to every PlayStation. That means every Game of the Year that they earn don't matter.
Do whatever you gotta do to make yourself feel good about this. It's still garbage. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
In other words, I'm trying to help you, because Xbox fanboys are listening to you.
I just asked to keep the same energy. That's all I ain't said I want the game to try. I just asked to keep the same energy.
Yo, P-Rock, on a serious note, different time.
But the thing is, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 16 and I'm gonna play Starfield. What more energy than that?
The fact
just keep the same energy when Starfield comes out and you realize it's garbage.
Look at J-Dub. Look at the shit Extreme just created. Metacritic don't matter now. The Game of the Years don't matter, because I could pull up how many awards this game won.
I said do it.
So so now
it is garbage regardless. What do you want me to say?
So in other words,
what do you want? You want an admission?
No. So now
I admit it's garbage regardless of what everybody else said.
So the problem is it's garbage for you. Don't try to tell me it's garbage. You ain't buying the game.
Okay, when you play it, you realize it's garbage. How about that?
Again, that's not gonna happen.
When you play it, you come on this podcast and you will say, "Extreme, fuck you. You were right."
Nah, actually,
I look forward to that day.
The game is the thing. The truth of the matter, the game is going to be mid. It's probably going to get 60, 75. It's gonna get a 75. Survivor and Windows Central fucking push it to or maybe a 79, maybe a 80. Right? People. It is what it is. I'm just giving you my prediction. I'm just giving you my prediction.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be at 85.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say it's that, right? But the mere fact that everybody will take that same energy and bypass the lack of next generation features that's supposed to be the standard going forward. Like,
sorry, I've got to go in one more time. I've got to go in one more time. Listen, go put up the Halo Infinite Metacritic score, since you care about Metacritic so much, and then tell me that score matches the quality of that fucking game. Because since we're playing Metacritic now, let's do it. Put up Halo Infinite. Is that an 87? Yeah, I didn't think so. So how about we shut the fuck up on Metacritic now, and then we just go back to Starfield being garbage. But it's okay. You can play it because some people like yourself need to experience the garbage for yourself. That's fine. I'm happy for you. If you like it, I love it. I'm done.
I'm not asking you to love it though. The difference is between me and you. I'm not asking you to like the game. At no point, notice. At no point, I'm trying to convince you must like the game. So why are you trying to convince me to not like the game?
I'm not trying to convince you to not like the game. Please enjoy your garbage. Enjoy your garbage. I told you if you like it, I love it. I'm just telling you it's garbage from the get-go. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Nothing. Just don't buy it.
Why would I play it? I would play it for free.
You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. And I think that's the biggest part of this community. We got a community of people that don't want to play games.
I sorry, don't want to play this game.
Okay.
Put me in that box. Put me in that box.
Let me ask you, please. If this game wasn't in Game Pass, how do you think it would be commercially from a sample? Do you think it'll be like a Skyrim as far as like the total sales or not?
The only problem is it's not on PlayStation, so that changes the dynamic. You took away a whole ecosystem.
So true, but you still got the PC. Which there's 3 billion PC games out there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you talk,
J-Dub,
if you speak only,
listen, hold on, J-Dub. The game was still on PC with PlayStation.
No, absolutely. It's still more.
You took away less users. You took away a huge user. In fact, you took away the biggest console fan base. So it's gonna sell.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You literally took away the biggest console fan base for the game. It's not gonna sell on the level as the previous games.
No, we do know we're gonna see headlines that say this is the most downloaded Xbox Game Pass game in history. I know. I'm just telling you what you're gonna hear, right?
On PC, I say on PC is generally gonna do what it does because on PC. They love the mods. They love the mods. They love the mods. But in order to do the mods, they're gonna have to buy.
It's a great stream.
They're gonna have to buy.
It'll be a good streaming game. Yeah, it'll be a good streaming game.
I just want to clarify
they don't, because if they got Game Pass, they're counting on PC Game Pass.
Starfield is going to be a great commercial success. Like, don't get that mistaken. Why? Because again, Hungry Jack's, Burger King, McDonald's, they all are great commercial successes.
Yeah.
They all serve really garbage quality food, and yet people buy them in droves because they are cheap and affordable. And the fact that Starfield is on Game Pass actually further promotes that, because now it's even more cheap, feel more accessible, because guess what? Sometimes people just want garbage in their lives. Evidently.
But what if? Let's play what if. Let's play what if. Worst case scenario. Let's say it comes out and it's like a Redfall, right? Or it's like Fallout 76, shit. Right?
Or it's like Starfield.
Let's just say, listen. I hope that motherfucker get a straight 100 across the board, right? I hope it's the best game ever. But I'm just saying, what if? What will we be saying then, or what will be the narrative then, or what will be the conversation then?
I mean,
if Starfield,
if the game launches a broken mess, then it's a fucking broken mess. If it sucks, it sucks. I'm just saying.
When it sucks, they'll say it's so big and ambitious.
I'm just saying. At what point do we not say we gotta play the games? Because to be honest, this is the attitude on why so many people do spaces and they only play the game for 1 hour. It's because we allow this mentality to flourish. We allow.
Are you serious? Mr. FoamStars is gonna suck?
Listen, you in the middle of Puertorock. You trying to bring? Listen, Here's the thing. Here's the truth of the matter, right? We're in the middle of the fucking console war. Nobody trying to hear that shit. All that straight and narrow, and nobody gives a fuck about that shit. Like those days are over. It's like this game gotta fucking be good for everybody in this space.
If that was the narrative, I would not have beaten Forspoken. Forspoken's on the critic. Broken game, according to everybody.
I think
J-Dub, be real. If you want to live by the sword, die by it. Why is the console war viewpoint on Forspoken? Die by the sword. Fight console war. What is the console war viewpoint on Forspoken? Console war viewpoint.
It's trash. It's trash.
But I played and beat it, and I loved it.
Me too. I bought it on PC. I played it and beat it on PC. I bought it on PlayStation. I beat it. I have no problem.
So in other words, you went beyond the console war and you did what the hell you wanted to do. And play games.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's what I do.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Listen. That's all I'm saying.
See me on Twitter.
That's all I'm saying.
Talking shit. You see me every day talking shit about Xbox.
That's all I'm saying.
Always see me playing the fucking Xbox game, streaming the motherfuckers. You see me buying all the accessories. You see me buying all the I'm like that's just what I do, right? I mean, there's nobody that cares. If you want to see what J-Dub is playing on Xbox or some shit, y'all got my gamer tag, y'all got my PlayStation shit. Y'all see me on PC all the time. Y'all see me streaming that dog shit all the time, right? That's just it is what it is. There's no shame in my game. But what I'm saying is to bring it back to surface, right? At the end of the day, we got a game called Starfield. We got a game called Spider-Man. We got a game called this and that. Mm-hmm. The narratives for each game change. It seems like it changes from game to game. A person gets shit on this game, they get shit on this game, but when it comes to this game that they may be interested in, or it may be some game that they have some nostalgia about, whatever, it's like that game doesn't have to live up to the hype that all of these other games will have to. We went through Puertorock, you was with me. You saw we went through fucking Puddle Gate with Spider-Man. We went through Jump Button Gate with fucking God of War. We went through all of this shit. But it seems like when it comes to fucking Bethesda, or even just I'm in general Xbox game, it seems like nobody kind of has the same intensity or energy for that. I'm still going back to the whole.
I'm gonna tell you because I'm not gonna do the same stupid shit they do. It sounds like you want me to do Puddlegate. I'm not doing that. That's just stupid.
No, I don't want you to do. I don't want you to do anything.
I make fun of the people that do Puddlegate. Like they actually go after the stuff.
J-Dub, you gotta
absolutely.
I'm trying to save P-Rock. I'm trying to save.
That's what my mean.
Because now he's coming up with this narrative that somehow we can't use trailers to judge a game.
All I'm saying is, why can't listen?
Hold up. No. I use trailers. I'm gonna say this. I use Forspoken as a perfect reason to answer for your stream. I use the trailers and the gameplay I seen to make a decision for myself and say, you know what, I want to play that game. Okay, right?
Yep.
But I will never use a trailer to criticize what a game has or doesn't have, and especially make an argument saying, what is this game doing or not doing compared to other games? I can't do that. I haven't played the game.
Listen. Let me.
For me, it's simply, am I going to buy that game, play it, or not? That's as far as the conversation goes for me.
Let me counter that point. Okay, real quick. All right.
2 hour gameplay.
J-Dub, you gotta let me get in, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Listen. Halo Infinite's trailer looked like garbage. I called it that garbage. It turned out garbage. Redfall looked like garbage. I called it garbage. It turned out garbage. So when there's just a pattern here of I can look at what they present and be like, oh, there is no fun to be had here. There's nothing remarkable here. And when I say it's garbage, I don't mean that the game isn't going to sell well or isn't going to please you little fans, whatever. Like, what I mean is this. it's garbage. And you can't sit here and tell me, oh, I have to play it first to recognize the garbageness. Because, again, looking at the trailer, I've identified the garbage nature of it. So I'm just reporting to you that it is garbage. Now, you don't have to agree with me, but evidently, eventually, inevitably, you're going to play the game and realize Emmanuel was right.
That is the most serious logic I've ever heard in my entire life, ever. Because I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna play this game. But guess what? I looked at the trailer and I made the decision. One, I don't even care about multiplayer. To be honest, I didn't even care about Redfall in general because it's a multiplayer, whatever. I'm not really looking at multiplayer games in general. So Redfall was never caught my interest from the very first trailer. I'm like, it's like a Left 4 Dead clone. I'm not interested. So I was never interested, right? Yeah. Extreme's issue is, right, in order to quantify that, that's you saying you know my taste. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, I'm saying the game is garbage. You can love it. It's just that you like the McDonald's of burgers. Like, go ahead. I don't care about your taste.
Now you switched. Now you switched.
I never switched. I told you the game is garbage. I didn't say you have to agree with me. I'm just telling you it's garbage.
You just said 2 minutes ago that I'm going to come back and agree with you.
Yes, like, you will. You will. But you don't know that now, so there's no point arguing in that now. Go ahead. When's it coming out? September what? When's it coming out? September what?
I think September 9th, I think it is or something.
Okay, the Tuesday after that, feel free to come.
Well, no, it's going to be at least 2 weeks.
Oh, take your time. Sometimes it takes a while for you to realize how bad it is.
Okay. Let me put it this way, bro. I'm not going to say that. Let me put it this way. If the game follows the same formula as the other games, you're fucked. Because let me put it to you this way. Let me give you the handicap that you gave yourself. I played Fallout New Vegas on the PS3, and the game never ran. The game never ran at 30 frames. And
it's all about the frames. I literally said that I hate the 30 frames conversation because it takes away from the fact.
But listen, the game was probably the worst. It was probably the version at its worst. The PS3 version is at its worst. If you want to talk about the worst experience you can have in a game, Fallout New Vegas was that on the PlayStation 3, and I still enjoyed it.
Are you capping by saying that your standards are low?
Okay. Hey, I'm just saying for this game, I enjoy it.
Okay. It is go ahead. Enjoy garbage.
Wait, I have a question.
Listen, you're the one making it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the only thing you got to self-defend on is your personal opinion. That's all you got.
Wait. What personal opinion? Do you want to go through the trailer together? Okay. Let's go. Put it up. Put it up.
Listen. No. P-Rock. Why is P-Rock guys turning green? Like you kind of turning into like a bit of a spot right now. You're like, hey, back then I played at 12 frames, so 30 frames is fine now.
Because at the end of the day, people who play games will always trump people who don't play games when you talk about games. You can say, I don't care who you are. You can say, based on the trailer, I'm not interested in that. And I will co-sign that all day. But if you're going to talk about a game and say this game is this, and you don't play it, that's like me saying, hey, that movie's garbage. And you're like, did you see it? Nah, I didn't see it, but I saw the trailer. And the movie's trash.
So if I serve you a part of dog shit, you have to eat it first before you're like,
that's right, Extreme.
That's a part of dog shit.
That's right, Extreme.
Dog shit's not food.
Yeah, that's right, Extreme. You didn't play Redfall, so you can't talk shit about it, bro.
Dog shit is literally not food. So, like, you're trying to serve me, that's not a food.
But you can look at it and be like, that's dog shit and not food, right?
Right? So no shit, dog shit is dog shit.
Okay, fine. So if I cook you a meal that smells really, really bad and it's technically a meal, you're gonna force yourself to eat it to confirm it.
Let me ask you this: you like seafood?
No. Why would I?
Neither do I. I can't stand seafood.
Oh my god, it's disgusting.
I can't, absolutely. But I guarantee
my god,
seafood's probably one of like the biggest cuisines for like some of the most popular chefs in the world.
Because humans like garbage, just like you like Starfield. It's fine.
But it makes me want to throw up. But I can't eat crab legs.
That's how Starfield makes me feel.
I know this was quiet. You know J-Dub be in that seafood. All rich people eat seafood. Tell me that, J-Dub. Tell me you don't be eating them fucking escargot shit.
That's not seafood. And escargot is actually really good. I just
I
have
can't remember the last.
J-Dub Joe eat king crab legs, king snow crab legs. He gets that shit, sir. He doesn't even break it himself. Other people break it for him.
Oh shit. He seasons it a lot, so it doesn't even taste like sea fish.
Notice he's quiet. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save it out of this one.
Me out.
My man got the.
He's driving, okay.
He got the escargot. No, what is it? What's that shit? The fish eggs?
Caviar.
He has that shit like luncheon meat in his cupboard.
Oh man, start me out. I'm a simple man.
My man has caviar like I have Vienna sausages in the cupboard. That shit's just like normal to me. That shit, he spares that shit on crackers, and you'd be like, yeah, this is a little light snack. I mean, that shit's $1,000, bro.
That's why J-Dub can't stand the McDonald's of gaming that Xbox has turned into. He's got better things for breakfast.
Oh shit, this is gonna be interesting. Man, September's gonna be fun. See, somebody says I love seafood. That shit, oh my god, that shit's insects. That's just like
disgusting.
It's just disgusting. You know,
but listen, P-Rock, I want you to understand something.
J-Dub, we heard J-Dub. He's like, man, shut up, man.
P-Rock, I want you to understand something. Number one, I'm not trying to convince you. You'll convince yourself. Number two,
you can't. So
why would I? Why would I bother? Why would I bother? You do it for yourself.
You just repeated.
You do it for yourself.
You repeated the last 30 minutes. Game's garbage, Puertorock. The game's garbage, and I'm like,
yeah, it is garbage. But I don't need to convince you of that. I'm just trying to save you the heartache. Okay. Second, it will be a commercial success. Definitely. I expect it to sell over 30 million, even if it's just on PC alone. Because like I said, people have been keeping McDonald's as the #1 restaurant chain in the world for like ever. So people have no issue buying garbage. They will buy Starfield. And on PC, I believe they will enjoy Starfield because really, it's made for that kind of experience. So
Extreme, I have a question. You keep saying McDonald's is garbage. Have you ever tried McDonald's?
Of course. Why would I say
so you tried it, and then you were like, oh, it's garbage. Same as P-Rock is saying, you gotta play the game.
I tried Skyrim. If it's garbage. I tried all the Bethesda games. Like I have tried food
Here's the real
from their chain.
No, I got the real question. Did you stop eating McDonald's?
Yes.
You're a liar. Obviously. You are a fucking liar.
Wait, what? You think I eat McDonald's? I would rather starve for days. I would rather starve.
This guy has the chicken McNuggets on the side of his microphone.
What? Never. My God. I would rather play on Xbox than eat McDonald's.
My man got an Oreo.
And I mean play on Xbox exclusively.
He got the Oreo. He got the Oreo McFlurry.
Yo, P-Rock, I would sell my PlayStation 5, buy an Xbox Series S before I ever have anything from McDonald's. Are you serious? I fucking hate McDonald's.
Oh, okay. This guy's capping.
This is garbage.
This guy's capping. My man had the Filet-O-Fish.
I don't even like fish.
You like McDonald's because it doesn't taste like real fish. He says it tastes like chicken. Oh shit.
You know, at the beginning of my relationship with my girl, she wanted me to take her to McDonald's, and the look I gave her, I was like, get the fuck out of my car. If you think I'm going to take you to McDonald's.
He said, we're done. He said,
that was the day I knew I had to aim for Beyonce, because I'm like, I can't be taking this McDonald's ass bitch.
What if she asked you to go to McDonald's?
Then she can have whatever she wants.
Yo,
Beyonce is my Bethesda. I don't care. I'll do anything.
Whatever.
I'll defend her.
Oh shit.
She can have whatever she wants. I'll buy her the whole store.
Oh shit. This guy says fuck it. Beyonce, whatever. 20 frames or whatever. All right. Last topic. Yo, so J-Dub, you in the archives. What's up with these emails? What are you talking about?
Man.
Yeah, rumor has it you're up in Matt Booty's DMs. What's going on? What we
man.
Oh man. Hold on, let me do the super chats real quick before we get into the next.
Great.
So we got Jeff B Gaming says the Series X was revealed first and hyped more at launch. DF straight up cap. I agree. Wana. A month after release, we will know from PC frames if 30 FPS is a joke on consoles or if the engine really is that crippled and works the CPU that bad. I think the engine's part of the problem. They didn't do an engine from the ground up. They just decided to modify the current engine, which I think is a stupid move.
I think that's guaranteed
guaranteed, like old cars like the 2070 or 1080 Ti is going to run this game at 60 frames. It'll be 1080p
that should
and
be
shit like
funny.
that, but it's going to do it 100%.
That shit's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
All right, Glimzer.
Yeah.
Starfield plus garbage is Starbage. Oh shit.
Game of the year, baby.
I see what you did there.
I call it No Man's Frames.
And oh snap. Stall them out. Black Metal Gamer. Hellblade. More like Hellblade. Am I right? Oh man, that shit hurts, bro. And I love Hellblade. You know, I was out here by myself fighting for that game. Not even PlayStation.
That's true.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's true.
I remember that shit.
I had a whole podcast.
I remember that shit.
And half of it was PlayStation. I was by myself, bro. That's what annoys me. People capping for Hellblade. I'm like, where the fuck were y'all when I needed you? I'm out here taking licks by myself.
That game launched even with the Switch, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. That motherfucker still barely hit 1 million out of all of those stuff on nobody.
That game, nobody even cared from a console war standpoint about that game. Like nobody. Yeah. It wasn't until Microsoft bought Ninja Theory that everybody. Everybody. I'm like, yo, where the fuck were all you guys at? Cause yo,
exactly.
I'm looking around like,
Puertorock, the sad part, that game went into PS Plus, it went into fucking Montage, it went into
Switch. I'm like, yo, this game is good. The combat is boring. I'm like, yo,
it's a walking simulator. Remember that? It's a walking simulator.
No, even the PlayStation dudes didn't play. And I'm like, yo, it's only $30. It launched for $30. I'm like, yo, it's $30. It launched for $30. At one point, it was like $12 and nobody. But as soon as Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, everybody.
Oh my god!
Now Hellblade is at the level of The Last of Us and shit like that.
Now it's still God of War.
I'm like, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like nobody gave a shit about this.
Can I just say, Hellblade 2 is going to be the best like trailer legacy ever. We have seen 3 trailers over 4 years, and we still have no idea what this game is.
I'm so sick of.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It was just, I'm so sick of it. So anyway, back to Matt Booty's DMs. What's going on? What's going on?
Okay. So I know you guys heard about the gamers that got together and they decided to sue Microsoft to stop this Activision Blizzard deal. Well, due to discovery, they found some of Matt Booty's emails. And in his emails, he said literally that that they plan to buy Activision Blizzard in the nearby future, and their goal was the goal was to put PlayStation out of business. And so Matt Booty said this. He emailed this to their CFO, to Microsoft CFO. That was the goal. Now, to be fair, this email came out in 2019 when he wrote that. But this is even more damaging because the email was sent that they planned on eliminating Sony from the gaming space in 2019. 2 years later, a year and a half later, they ended up buying ZeniMax. And then the next year later, they're trying to buy Blizzard Activision. So it shows... Right, you can conclude it shows this was their plan, was step by step. First, we're going to get, ZeniMax, which includes Bethesda and all of those people, right? id Software and all of the stuff, and then we're gonna, we're gonna basically buy all the Western RPGs. Then we're gonna buy the biggest shooters in the world, right? Your Overwatches, your Call of Duties, including your, shit like that, right? And so this is the FTC is going to use this part of their case on why. And right now it just came in. As noted before, the FTC opposition to Microsoft having this deal was because of what they promised with ZeniMax. They promised that, okay, well, we'll buy it, but we're going to keep these games multiplayer. And come to find out, they turned around and reneged on that, and they took Starfield and they took Redfall off of the PlayStation platform when they were already in development. It was proven they were already in development for the Rivals platform. So basically they're saying these motherfuckers been lying to us, and here's our evidence based on that. So right now, this shit is looking shaky for Xbox And with that one thing, once you get into these lawsuits with the courts and stuff, they have discovery. These lawyers get to see all of the emails from all the executives, and you can't hide any of that shit. They have free reign to get in software to scan that shit. So this stuff is coming out, and so now they have to deal with these repercussions of this. Now you got New Zealand and other people coming out saying that they have issues with the deal. But if you're on Twitter and you're just watching the fake lawyers and the fake FTC reporters, they'll tell you that this is
like that. Why you gotta say stuff like that?
Oh man, stop my brother out. They'll tell you that this is all normal, and all of this was according to plan, and all of this other shit that they've been trying to, the same dudes who tried to sell you on the T-flops is telling you that everything is okay. But clearly, if you look at the news today, this is not something that, matter of fact, Microsoft is trying to get all of this information sealed and kept out of court. And so, but once this stuff leaks and it goes public, it's crazy.
Can I make the first comment on this by saying I don't want to comment on it because I don't care? Okay, you guys go.
Okay. Can I go then?
You sure?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, I have an interesting take on all of this shit. First of all, chat, hit the like button. Let's get to 300 likes. There's 350 people here. Put that number up. All right. Second of all, my take on all this is that Xbox is fucking dog shit. That's it.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got, bro.
I ain't got much into this. I'll be honest. I really I'm more like an extreme side. I really don't care much about this. If they get Activision, they get it. If they don't, they don't. At the end of the day, play where the games are at.
Yep.
To me,
since we don't.
If any conversation with acquisition, I see that it has to be a benefit. Like, for example, I wouldn't mind somebody acquiring Konami if it makes them start bringing back Castlevania consistently, Metal Gear consistent. Like, if there's some consistency now with Konami. Like, I'm glad Metal Gear remake is being made. I was kind of nervous that we go this whole gen without a Metal Gear game, whatever, right? But if that's what it takes to get consistency from student studios, I'm cool about that. Whether it's Microsoft or Embracer or Sony, something that by purchasing or acquiring the studio, we now are actually getting something out of the studio as compared to them doing nothing or very little about it. You know what I mean? That's to me is where, acquisition is good for me. But if the studio, let's say like Capcom, they're pumping out, or Square Enix, I really don't care if Sony acquires Square Enix. I don't see the point. We're getting the games anyway. They're doing fine. Unless there's a danger of them going under and they need bigger backing. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, then I could maybe understand. But if they're
Microsoft can buy them.
If Microsoft buys them, they're like, oh, fuck. Then the quality's going to go to shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think Microsoft's going to buy them because I don't think Microsoft will see the return on investment.
Shit. From the start. I'll be honest. If all their games going in Game Pass, we'd say the same thing.
That's it.
We say the same thing.
Hey, I'm just saying. If put all them Final Fantasy on Game Pass, I'll be good.
Did you see the Street Fighter 6 bomb? Street Fighter 6 bombed on Xbox because the dudes are sitting around waiting for it to come to Game Pass.
I'll be like, I think that's just an overall impact of the culture Microsoft created. They if you have Game Pass and you have a library full of games, at that point you're just gonna stick with your library, and you just you can wait it out. Like unless it's like a big game you have to play day one, like Grand Theft Auto or some shit, or Madden or something like that. Most games they'll wait it out and see whatever happens. That's why
you're right.
I think that's a culture that is being created on Xbox.
Absolutely,
it has to be a big game for them to be like, oh, I'm gonna play that day one, like Diablo. Call of Duty. Madden and 2K, those are always day ones, right? Because that's when you get the most benefit from those games, right? But other games, they'll probably be like, unless Street Fighter, and keep in mind, Street Fighter is a huge game, but from a sales standpoint, it's actually not that big. Street Fighter don't generally sell a lot. Like that game don't sell like 10 million, 20 million or whatever. It's not that type of game, right?
Yeah, it's a fighter. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. As much as we like fighters or whatever, the fighting genre is not what it used to be back in the day.
I think Mortal Kombat's the only one that sells good, but that's because it has a really good story mode. I think out of all the fighters,
they
Mortal
advertise
Kombat,
it really well.
They've done the best providing a good story mode.
Yeah.
Their advertisement for their Mortal Kombat games have been solid. Like they put music that's like of its time, of now and shit. So people gravitate more toward that.
But
let's be real, bro. None of these fighting games have a chance against Tekken 8. All right, so let's just stop this conversation. Tekken 8 is what he's at. In terms of everything, okay? I don't care.
Everything. Oh man, see Extreme now I already see that disease being poured now. You just did COVID. You just did COVID 23. Now everybody's gonna be like, well, this game's the best. You're gonna goddamn recognize it. So shut the fuck up. Like I already see this trend happening now. Now no game is safe.
Yeah.
What did I do?
I already see this. You just started a disease now, because now Comey J's like, Tekken's the best. You're all gonna realize it. So shut your mouth. Wait,
hold on. I was talking about garbage games.
No, this guy, but now that's how it starts. But you can't cage the beast once you unleash it. That's it.
It's all right. Let it be unleashed.
We're all gonna do that. We're all gonna pick a game, and we're just gonna demand that it's the best. So shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm talking about being garbage. You guys can take it your own way. It's fine.
We're gonna expand it. We're gonna evolve what you started.
Listen,
do what you do.
Extreme.
You are patient zero.
Extreme.
You are patient zero.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
It's a spectrum, okay? You can't make a point with one dot. You gotta have two dots, all right? So you're the left one, the negative, and we're the right one, the positive, right?
That's it now.
Listen, Xbox sold the entire console on just one metric. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
All right, shout out to Black Metal Gamer. This is the last super chat of the night. He said, Liza P sounds like a movie about R. Kelly's life. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
There's that, yo. And then, and on that, we're going to end the show. We're going to do the outros. We're going to start from the top. Jay, what's going on?
Hey, man, thank you for having me. If, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, it felt like forever since our last one, man. And hopefully, next week we got this on lock. Next Tuesday, we're good to go. Right, chat? You're gonna hold P-Rock to the fire. All right. Before I end
I'll be back Monday. So, I can do the
there you go.
Yep.
All right, confirm, Chad, confirm.
Tuesday, yes, confirm.
Yeah, hell
and you're
yeah.
gonna love it. I don't care what you guys say. It's amazing. We're gonna love it, and I will be proven right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it'll be
keep that
60
meme
frames.
I'm gonna keep that meme going.
4K 60, VRS, VRR, ray tracing. We got it all here, bro. Next week, all right. And to finish my thoughts or my outro, Xbox is dog shit. And that's it.
Naturally. All right.
Naturally.
E4 Extreme, who's gonna buy FoamStars day one?
He's gonna buy an Xbox. Watch, bro. He's gonna buy an Xbox when Starfield
as it turns out, I have to play FoamStars before I think it's garbage. So I've got to be there on day one.
Yes,
as it turns out,
you're gonna buy FoamStars on the way coming back from McDonald's.
Oh my god! Only if I'm with Beyonce.
No, listen, this is what this is. We're talking about McDonald's. So in Germany, the McDonald's over there, they have this thing called the chicken box, and it's like the greatest thing ever, right? At least for fast food, right? It's literally a mixture of chicken McNuggets and chicken wings in one goddamn box.
That doesn't sound.
It's not better than. It's not better.
I'm telling you, you go out from the club, whatever, or drinking whatever, and you go to McDonald's and you get the chicken box, and you got this box with like 15 nuggets and 8, 9, 10 pieces of chicken wings. Oh my god, I missed that fucking box.
Did you play Bethesda game after eating that?
What happened?
Because that might explain why you're so.
That chicken box. Hey, listen.
Who's
not in Germany? Anybody in the chat Germany? You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know.
Croc, it's not better than seafood though. You can't convince me otherwise, all right?
No, seafood is fucking. It's like bugs, man.
No. Did you try it? No, you didn't. You gotta try it.
I fucking.
Everybody's tried seafood.
No, when was that? When was that?
I'm Puerto Rican.
I'd rather eat vegetables.
You don't think my mom tried to force me to eat bacalao? You honestly believe?
Yep.
Salad de pulpo.
Yo.
Salad.
Yo. Hey,
suction cup.
Whoa.
Have you ever had the fish?
Hey, ensalada de pulpo is good. ¿Qué pasó?
With the suction cup sticking out the salad. That shit's
No. Hey,
ensalada.
Ensalada de pulpo is good.
Have you ever had to clean prawn?
The purple ink is in the salad. That shit is... Yo, that shit, you should go to federal... Yo, I'm surprised women, children, infant services didn't take me away from my parents. The suction cups, like you see it, like yo, the suction cups is there and it's like blue, like the ink is there in the solid.
What do you want? What do you want? Do you sandpaper and fucking remove it?
Bro,
Sandpaper or some shit?
That shit gave me nightmares, bro. That shit was like, oh man, I was playing hard mode in life before I started gaming. That shit's like hard mode, bro.
Wait, you don't even like shrimp?
Oh hell no! Oh hell.
Damn, bro. What do you mean, mofongo with shrimp? God damn.
Oh my god.
Wait, why would you like shrimp?
And my parents, they try. You know how parents are, right? Because they think kids are
Yeah,
spoiled.
yeah.
They think kids are spoiled, and like you just say you don't like it. So when my mom tried to give me bacalao, right, and you know how it is, they try to force you to eat it, and I threw up on the table, and my vomit went on my dad's plate.
Oh no.
He didn't get mad at me. That's when he realized, oh shit, he really don't like. I saw it in his face. He's like, he really don't like seafood. That's like, oh, like, blah. I was like, yo, I couldn't take it, man. I was like, oh, all of it came out. Oh my god, that shit was, remember, like that shit was painful. I'm like, yo, seafood, yo, I can't even be in Red Lobster sitting down. Cause that smell like, you know how you go through a supermarket and they have the seafood section? I avoid it.
Oh yeah.
100%. Like when you go to Costco? Oh my god, it's disgusting. Oh my god.
I feel like,
dude,
I want to pass
I
out.
hold my breath. I'm just like, oh god.
I want to pass
disgusting.
out just walking by the place. I'd be like,
have you ever been to a fish market?
Oh
my god. Oh.
So nauseating, bro.
It's like being in an Xbox store. It's just.
Oh man.
It's just as bad, bro. It's just as bad. Like, oh my god.
Same thing.
I start sweating.
Same thing.
Right now I'm sweating just thinking about it. Oh
disgusting.
my god, just thinking about being
disgusting.
Like, yo, it's bad, bro. So listen.
It's like playing Starfield.
So yes, I tried seafood and it was miserable, bro. Miserable.
Okay.
Miserable.
Okay.
Vomit and everything, bro. Oh my god. I get ugh.
Well, you're wrong because I said so, and I'm alright. You're wrong.
You will like seafood, and that's it. Shut your mouth. But back to what I'm saying. The chicken box. Oh my god.
That's a 180. That is a 180 right there.
I'm telling you, man, that chicken box. Oh my god, I missed that.
Back in my day,
I miss Germany, bro. Oh my god, man. They just do it right. The shrimp and crab salad. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Anyway, who's next on the outro? Is it Extreme?
Listen, guys. Clearly, the only way
Extreme.
to
Before
play
you start,
Starfield-
man, make a YouTube channel, please. Like, put your content on YouTube. What's going on?
And stream Starfield.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
you will love it. Your channel will grow, and that is it. You can thank me.
That's
later.
a fact. That's a fact.
I will consider
and you can thank me and get yourself the chicken. Do they have anything strange? Well, it's kind of hard to say because unless you've been in America.
Wait, I have been to America. What?
Okay, so what is there anything unique in Australia when it comes to McDonald's? Like for example, in America, there's no chicken box, which blows my mind because we will eat the fuck out of that box. You think we're overweight now? Shit, unleash the chicken box in this place.
Well, I can't talk specifically about McDonald's because I think it's disgusting.
Do you eat shark or some shit? Like, do you have like the shark burger or whatever? I don't know.
Oh, you mean is that just any unique fast food?
No, like unique McDonald's meals. Like, is there something unique that you?
Well, you mean in McDonald's?
In McDonald's,
the place that I tell you that I never go to.
You lie. You know you go there, so tell us. Stop lying. You know you go there. Stop lying. Everybody goes.
Okay. I have no idea because I don't go to McDonald's because I don't debase myself as a human being.
If
a liar.
Yes, if Extreme share his the location on his phone and his history, that motherfucker go to McDonald's.
He's probably on Wi-Fi McDonald's right now as we speak.
Yeah. He's ordering it from Uber Eats.
I will say this though. The KFC,
like, hey,
come clean.
For your fries. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Come clean.
When I went to America, I went to Kentucky specifically to have KFC.
Oh.
I thought this would be perfect. So I made sure it was a stop on the way. I have to tell you, the KFC in America is far more disgusting than anywhere else in the world. I've had KFC in France. It's better in France.
I believe it.
I've had it in Australia. It is amazing in Australia.
I believe it.
In Kentucky itself, I don't know how the hell you guys put up with that.
I believe it.
Awful.
The best McDonald's I ever had was in Okinawa, Japan. Oh my! Even like my wife doesn't like fast food in general. She's not a fast food person, right?
I think that people in the U.S. the regulations on food and shit is not as strict as in other countries. So
it sucks.
It sucks. It's terrible.
It sucks. So when we first
fuck, do you guys have McDonald's in America?
What happened?
If wait, hold on. How do you have McDonald's in America if that's one of the worst places to have McDonald's?
I don't know.
I think the McDonald's over here sucks.
You don't.
But if it's better than yours, how do you do that to yourself?
I would say you don't know until you know, right? So until I went to Okinawa, Japan, right?
Oh,
I didn't realize how
I
good.
get it.
I didn't realize how good McDonald's could be. My wife. So when we got stationed there, we have our our sponsors. They were also in the military, right? So my sponsor, his wife took my wife out to show him around town. The initial look. Me and him, we just chilled in his house, drinking beers, whatever. We let the girls hang out. When my wife came back, the first thing she said was, "Babe, we got to go to McDonald's," which was weird because she doesn't care about fast food. To her, that's nothing. It's like, to her, fast food is something that is unplanned eating. When you need to, when you're hungry and you don't have time to cook or do something, then she'll settle for me. Oh, you're out on the street and there's no something better. That's how she sees fast food. Other than that, she'll try to avoid as much as she can. But when she came and told me, you got to eat McDonald's, it's like, you just got to try it. And I'm thinking, it can't be that good for her to bring this up. The next day I went to McDonald's and holy shit, it's literally what you see on TV. And it tastes so goddamn good. Like I never.
Oh, so the advertisement for it looks just like it?
In Japan it does. They are hardcore. They treat that. They hardcore care about their jobs. They care about everything they do. Everything they do, they care. So the people who work at McDonald's, they care. And they will make the food. All the fries just cooked fresh. The burgers is nice and stacked. Yo, it's crazy. The lettuce is fresh. It's not soggy. Yo, it's crazy. I was like, wow, bro. I'm like, yo, that best McDonald's I ever had. Period. Oh my God. Even my wife still remembers like the McDonald's. And then we come here. Oh my God. That's why
I just want to say that
I primarily eat Five Guys in and out.
P-Rock started with erection on his mind and just being horny, and now he's horny about food.
And now
so
I don't know.
This is all that happens when his wife is in bed. There's no one to sex him. There's no one to feed him.
And I'm screwed because I ain't got my wife's home cooking either. I'm just screwed, man. I'm just hurting.
And listen, his brain is so fried that he was defending Bethesda again another time after saying that he would never do that again.
Everybody in chat is hungry as fuck.
You need
right
your
now.
wife. You need your wife. She's your better half, man. She's your better half. You're a mess without her.
Who do you think is
I
gonna
just
buy?
want to say.
Who do you think is gonna buy me Starfield?
Wait.
Game Pass.
Oh hell no! I will not support
Game Pass. Game Pass.
No, so I got.
Don't have my PC and my
laptop. I got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks of free Game Pass when I bought this laptop. I'm gonna save it for 2026.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. No, a month.
What's happening in 2026?
I got 1 month. 1 month of Game Pass. I'm gonna save that 1 month of Game Pass for 2026. And the reason why is in 2026 I'm gonna activate it and I'm gonna play every single first party that I didn't buy in that 1 month. I'm gonna kill Microsoft Pockets.
Wait. So you're gonna play all 2 of them?
What? Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, they have a. Well, no, to be honest, there's a couple.
Wait, you're gonna play Pentiment?
No, hell no.
You're gonna play Books?
Hell no. Fuck that. Clockwork. Clockwork Revolution.
That is
was good. I like that one.
That is if Game Pass.
Can we talk quickly about that little showcase?
Yes,
What did they do to Avowed? What did they do to Avowed?
That was weird. They changed the aesthetics. That's a good one. They completely changed the aesthetics.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I'll be quick. Overall, I think the showcase was really good. It was their first actual good showcase in a long time. So hopefully this is like a trend for them, and it's not just a one-off. I do think Avowed looks good, but it doesn't. Obviously, it's completely different from what they showed, which was supposed to be more grounded and realistic, like Skyrim. But
more like Outer Worlds.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's weird. It's weird because if you play their like MMO like games, the aesthetic matches. So Avowed is supposed to be based on, I think it's Pillars of Eternity. That's their other game that they make. Mm-hmm. So Pillars of Eternity 2 looks like that. So I think they're keeping that same aesthetic, but I don't know why they showed it looking super realistic in the first place.
I think the first time they did it on PC, and then they actually got their hands on an Xbox, and they're like, ooh.
They got the X, right? And then Phil's like, no, you're working on the S, Bucko. It's the S, Bucko.
They were like, ooh, yeah.
Oh shit.
We're gonna have to make some creative choices. Creative design choices.
Yeah, but overall, it was a good showcase. It finally excited me for Xbox stuff. But like I said, hopefully it's not a one-off. 8 out of 10.
I think it's gonna be a one-off because remember, part of the thing that made the show good was they
was old games.
Yeah, shit that they showed in 2020 or they talked about in 2020. They're finally now, and that's assuming it comes out in 2024 because it could get further delayed, which would mean you will see it in the showcase after again. So you never know.
They said that the version of Disavowed that we saw in the showcase was pre-alpha. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a dev. But you're telling me you're going to go from pre-alpha all the way to a full 1.0 release
like how
in
you
less
have
than a year?
you have like a letter before a letter. Like A is literally the letter. There's nothing pre. I know what you mean. Like it's not coming out next year if it's pre-alpha. Like how much?
That's what they say.
No way, yeah.
Which is like when they showed Everwild and they were like, we don't know what it is yet. Can you tell us? What do you think it could be?
Like I don't know. So yeah, that's another. Yo, J-Dub, you on the Iron Lords podcast?
Yes.
I still haven't said my outro, by the way. Just so you know, you've interrupted me every time.
Well, listen, Extreme, you said let's talk about the Xbox. So we're talking about it.
I did that for both. I went on the show both for the PlayStation showcase and the Xbox showcase.
Oh, you were there too for the PlayStation showcase?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a rough 2 weeks, bro.
Well, not really. Listen, here's the thing.
The suck was the PlayStation showcase was dog shit. So I know that shit.
Yeah.
Damn word.
So here's the thing, though, right? And this is what I try to explain to everybody. When you're 10-0, right? When you're 10-0, like none of that, like the console war's been over. It's been over. All this just fucking overtime, just fucking chit chatting. That interview with Phil Spencer was the end all be all, right? So it didn't matter what the show showed. It did none of this shit fucking matters, right? Dudes will try to tell you fucking Starfield is going to change everything. Avowed is going to and Hellblade is going to change. It changed after it's over. Like the game is over. Like right now it's just fucking you just bullshit, right? And that's why none of this shit is changing nothing, right? This Activision business deal.
This is off season shit talking.
Yeah. Listen, I'm being honest, Puertorock. Last generation was the best generation for like the fanboy shit for us to laugh and joke and shit. This is like when you kick a dog when they're down so much, it's like it unlocks.
It's not even fun anymore, right?
It's like you're forcing somebody. You're like you're forcing somebody to play sports that don't play sports, and then when you beat them, you're like, oh, man,
yeah, exactly. And so
yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's not really like. Yeah, so I go in the other atmosphere, right? I go on their podcast and go into other Xbox people podcasts to just fucking just shit around and we Cadillacing right now, we barbecuing and shit. Like the fight is over.
He said we barbecuing.
Yeah.
All right, Extreme, get your outro. I'm sorry for stealing your outro.
All right, man. Hey, listen, guys, everybody, I will consider making a YouTube channel because you're right. I am limited by the 2 minutes and 20 seconds over there on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you guys have got to hear the facts. You guys have got to hear the facts because sometimes even P-Rock, he starts remembering his chicken box. He starts remembering those nights with Obsidian and other Bethesda games, and he doesn't realize that what he was loving was the chicken and not the game. So sometimes I got to put him in his place.
I was loving both. Gaming and chicken.
So
chicken gaming.
He thinks Bethesda is his Beyonce. So basically, you know what? I've got to get to it at some point. So I think about that. But anyways, if you want to find me on Twitter, you can go and look for E for Extreme. You're going to find nothing but the facts because that's all I serve. And I promise I am a lot more calm and courteous when there's nobody, spinning bullshit in the air. So that's my outro.
You went after my brother with the ecosystem. That shit was funny.
Yo, hey, listen, man. Now I've had to break both your knees in the same week. I'm so sorry.
That shit was funny. I was like, oh, here we go. Ecosystem argument. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting involved in this bullshit.
Yeah, not at all. We don't do that no more.
I don't give a shit.
We don't do that no more. Yeah,
right,
we don't do
J-Dub,
that.
your outro.
Yeah, you guys know where to find me, man. Just follow the tiers on Twitter. You'll see all, me fucking kicking up dust. You can also find me on YouTube at JDub4U. I might do a video tomorrow. I don't know. You know,
Hey!
I kind of.
Let's do this now.
Yeah.
Let's have fun. Which you think will win RPG of the year? Final Fantasy 16 or Starfield?
Final Fantasy 16.
Not
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
All right, Jay.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you say?
Could you imagine if I said Starfield though?
Oh, that would have been funny. Starfield. I would have laughed.
Yeah.
After talking all that trash, I'm like, yeah, Starfield.
Jay left. Damn, I couldn't get Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the chat though. He's in the chat.
I'm just gonna put my pony cap and still say Final Fantasy 16. I'm gonna put my.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's back.
Oh,
He's
Jay.
back.
RPG of the year.
What's
Final
up?
Fantasy 16 or Starfield?
Fall 76.
Oh shit. So Starfield. That's code word for Starfield.
Yeah.
Yes, Fall 76, bro. That's winning,
I'm
hands down. Listen, I don't care. Listen, I don't care how innovative Final Fantasy is. I don't care how innovative Breath of the Wild is. Or, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom. Bro, Starfield all day, every day.
Hold on. Is Breath of the Wild technically an RPG?
We don't know what the fuck this is.
I mean, I just mentioned it.
No, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild.
I just mentioned
Tears of the Kingdom.
because it's a big game.
No.
I kind
Tears
of
of the
forgot
Kingdom.
about
Is
the
that an
question,
RPG?
okay?
No,
it's not.
It's not.
No.
It's an action adventure.
If you consider your weapons breaking as a mechanic for RPGs, then sure, but no. I just mentioned it because I forgot about
I was going to say
it's always been action adventure.
I was going to say if that counts as an RPG, then probably Breath of the Wild. Sorry, Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
No, listen, bro.
This is the first. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I ever.
Here's why. Here's why
I
it's gonna
think
win. Right?
they're gonna give it to Final
A lot of
Fantasy
people-
16.
I think it's gonna be Starfield because I mean I'm joking obviously, but a lot of people suck at playing Final Fantasy, especially this one being more like DMC. So all of these people that review shit are gonna give it they're gonna criticize the combat being too difficult or some shit like that. I expect that to happen.
Well, listen, we know that I'm gonna be honest. Zelda, because of the name, because of the brand, it's gonna go back.
That's just game of the year, period. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna live here. I would like Starfield to win it, only because, like I said, it goes to like the dog has been kicked for so much. Like you kind of want to see them get a W in some kind of way, just to kind of make this shit a little bit more enlightening. I mean, because. It's either Nintendo are getting it or Sony's fucking games are getting it. Oh, like every
I want them
year,
to win it with Hellblade 2. I really want Hellblade 2 to
That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen.
No, I want Hellblade 2 to be in the Game of the Year list contenders.
Now, wouldn't it be something? I don't think this is going to happen, but wouldn't it be something if fucking Spider-Man come out of nowhere and win it? Because that's even though it's going to be a great fucking game.
It was nominated last time, but didn't win it. I don't think it's gonna win.
J-Dub. The only thing with that is that it will be an upset, yet somehow predictable. For what you're talking about, where you want the conversation to be revitalized, it wouldn't do much for that because we kind of expect them to just be so good that they always have a shot, right? Then it's just a matter of can they pull it off.
People are gonna go back to that argument. Oh, it's Jeff Keighley and he's friends with Sony and that's why that year that It Takes Two won, it had to win. They had to give it to something else to kind of not show bias because even before that show, they were already saying how it was a shoe-in for Sony, yada yada yada. And when they ended up giving it to It Takes Two, that kind of made the scales kind of balance. It's all bullshit.
No, listen, that's only because those bum-ass journalists couldn't play Returnal because Returnal was a true game.
Returnal should have.
Returnal was so much better than
that was my game
on
of
that list.
100%. Easily. And then it's funny, the crowd that hates walking simulators, I'm like, yo, Returnal is like the definitive gameplay experience. But like for that year, at least for that year.
Even for this year, I was just playing it again.
Returnal
it just keeps getting better.
Like a cinematic game when it's not.
That game is so amazing, and it's just
Xbox fanboys still think Returnal's a cinematic game, even though it's not. They still call it bad for some stupid reason.
Wada Wada saying Game of the Year good for 2021. I mean, look at the list. Have we seen do we remember the nominees for Game of the Year?
Yeah,
there was It Takes Two.
It was terrible.
It was a lot. It was a lot of no. Now, when I say that, it's more like it was new games. because again, I think it goes back to the whole, if the same type of games keep coming up for nomination, it's kind of like I think again, Zelda, I think it's a shoe-in, but it's still kind of like the same thing, right? And I think people look for
it's just Breath of the Wild 2.0. It's more Breath of the Wild, which is not bad.
This is the Game of the Year nominees for 2021. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil.
Yeah, it should have been Ratchet and Clank.
No, I don't know why Deathloop.
No. Deathloop doesn't deserve to be there.
Returnal.
Based on that, listen, I agree. I think Returnal. I hope that Returnal would have won, but again, Ratchet and Clank was probably the best second runner-up.
Nah, I'm not happy Ratchet and Clank winning anyway, because Returnal is the only one that really should have deserved to be there. Because it's like without Returnal there, it's not valid. It's not valid.
When I saw that list, I'm like, yo, we hurting in 2021. If this is what we got to celebrate for Game of the Year, I'm like, oh shit. Like, yo, this is probably the lowest bar of Game of the Year collection I have ever seen in a long time.
I don't know why Deathloop got so much praise, because that game is boring as fuck.
They forced that shit. I mean, they showed that trailer
I played it.
so much. I played it day one. I bought it day one. It's
just like Dishonored, but with guns. But it's not at all. It's not at all.
I bought it because there were black protagonists, and I support my black people.
Okay, I do like the protagonist. I thought the protagonist was done well. I like his voice acting. Compared to Redfall, obviously Redfall's trash, the voice acting, but I like the guy in Deathloop.
Yeah, Colt he's good, but I couldn't get past that tutorial section. It was just information overload, and I was like, nah, I can't do this.
I played a few missions and I did a bunch of cycles, but it was just boring, and like there was no direction. Like it didn't feel like there was any sense of direction. And it felt like a mobile game. Like at the beginning, they made you go through the menus a bunch of times and shit. It's like, that's boring, man. Like just let me.
Yeah, oh my god, it was so overload.
I'm like, I'm not interested in that.
It was such an overload, because they're just like, oh, here's this mechanic, here's that mechanic. If you come back this mechanic, that mechanic.
It started to be an overload of roguelites. Like, that's all they did was make a bunch of fucking roguelites games.
Yeah. Nah. I don't know how Deathloop got on that level.
They
forced it, yeah. It felt weird, the amount of praise that game got. It felt really weird.
Yeah.
All right, hey, so we cutting out the show. This is your only friendlies YouTube Streets, Puertorock77. I hope you enjoyed everything, and we're going to end the poll. The poll is closed, and the determination is Xbox are just coping. It's just nothing but cope, because 30 FPS will not be PS5 first-party future.
Yo, Puertorock, this podcast must be entertaining, because we've been talking for 3 hours and there are only 58 votes, and there were like 350 people in here.
Jesus Christ.
People are paying attention to the conversation.
It's a Tuesday, man. It's a random Tuesday.
It was the erection.
Yeah. I think we lost.
Away.
We lost people with the erections.
It was the erection, the chicken box.
The Beyonce talk.
And the Beyonce and Extreme telling everybody what games they're going to like. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. We're out of here. You guys take care. He said the poll was broken, was it? I couldn't vote? Oh my God. That ain't me. Like literally, all it is like a button that says create the poll. You know? Oh man, I'm sorry. Hey. Anyway, we're out of here. You guys take care. Enjoy happy Final Fantasy 16. Who's actually getting? Well, Jay, you don't have a PS5 yet, right? Jay left.
Yeah, he ain't got no PS5. He ain't got no PS5
He left. So it's just so pretty much us three. We getting Final Fantasy 16, right? I already got mine pre.
I already got it. Mine downloaded.
I'm not getting day one. I'll wait.
What?
I'm so sorry about that black comment. I don't like it. I didn't like it.
Man.
Still don't like it now.
Oh man,
this guy, the nerve.
I hold grudges. I hold grudges.
Yeah, like even J Dub's like, wait, oh.
Hey, listen, I'll play it for you, brother.
This guy ain't playing Starfield. He not playing Final Fantasy.
Hey, listen, they're disrespecting my people. We were enslaved for 400 years. I'm sensitive about it. Okay, I hold grudges now. That's what I do.
Hey, man, listen. I'm telling you, you better enjoy while you can, man. For all your games, fucking have the Rainbow Coalition on the cover. I'm telling you, enjoy games while you can.
What's the win? I don't even want to touch that.
All right, we're out of here. I'm not gonna get canceled. You guys take care. Peace. I had to close.